And welcome back, everybody. Previously on Tee the party, still yet to be named, has come out of the catacombs, and in their quick confrontation with Zalgramas, in finding out that a curse has been placed. Well, they weren't quite sure the curse was placed yet. Knew something was happening to Rathgar and Yami. For their parts in breaking through some of the chests that were found in the catacombs. Zalgramas gives a mission that he says he will lift the curse as long as the party brings back a golden statue, which was of someone else who had been cursed long ago for stealing some of his trinkets out of the catacombs. And as he disappeared, Yami decided that he wanted to go on a spider hunt and decided to bolt out before anybody else could say a word. And soon found himself as a spider hot pocket, and without the rest of the party's knowledge. But eventually, the party, with the keen eye of Kellenic, is able to figure out, I think it was Kellenic or Mark IV, with the keen eyes, to figure out that something was strange down below the path. Kellenic is the one that tracked the footprints to get down to where Yami was, only to find out that it was a group of 3 spiders that Yami decided to go play with and lost, and almost lost permanently. Eventually, you all were able to destroy those spiders and free Yami from his cocoon before he died. And on your way out, Mark IV had discussed that he knew of a ceremony, memorial service, celebration for the Battle of Varglass that he had been a part of back when he was in the Cobalt Soul, or part of a contingent of this Cobalt Soul group as a Warforged unit that fought the Kryn dynasty. And you all end up going up to Eurosa after he had said that's where he was going and you all could go somewhere. You decided to follow and help him out, and you quickly found out that, just from getting to know people, you started to find out that there was that they were worried that something was going to ruin the celebration. And you came to find out that one of the dumb soldiers decided that he wanted to add more bones to the Crossbones Inn, and he grave robbed to get those bones. And you all were you were seeing the ghost of Sir Alwyn. Now I can't even remember his last name. Damn it. I had it and it just disappeared, just like that. Trafford, I think, was his name.
Trafford, yeah.
That sounds right.
Trafford, yeah.
Thorgrim?
Trafford.
That you had seen this ghost with a skeletal ghost on his horse with arrows all in him. And eventually you all were able to find the proper bones and get those bones replaced, and brought the soldiers and Sir Trafford back to a peaceful rest back in their graves. And when you guys got back to the inn, you had a few discussions and all decided it was time to go to sleep. And for expediency, we will say that an extra day has gone by as you guys were in the town, and you are just waking up on the next morning. You guys are down eating your breakfast, and Travis, no, that's not his name. Why don't I have his name here? What did I do with his name? I'm so sorry. So sorry. What did I do
Travis
with
is a decent name.
It started with a T. I know that.
Timothy.
Trafford?
Trafford, yeah.
Are you talking about the guard?
Trafford. No, that was Timothy. Maybe I have it wrong. Hang on.
The
Wait.
last NPC I've written down is Friar Willa, so I'm a little behind.
Timothy the guard, Trafford the
It was
ghost.
Victor. My bad. So Victor, who owns the tavern, he
Victor.
approaches you guys in the morning, and just to kind of give you guys a bit of a heads up of what's to take place in the next couple of days during these ceremonies, knowing that you guys are new to the area. He's appreciative of, like, he gave you all each your own rooms, kicked a bunch of people out of their rooms so that you could each have your own rooms for what you were able to do of putting Sir Trafford back to rest.
Yeleni and Kellenic already had their own rooms.
Yes.
Man.
Yes, we did.
And so while you guys are eating, he approaches you guys and explains what's about to take place. And he explains that in the next 2 days, typically what happens in these ceremonies is that in the morning they have what they call the Toll of the Fallen, and that in the afternoon they have the March of the Valor, and in the evening of the first day that they have the Vigil of Lights. And then come the second day, they open up with the Champions Games that go on for pretty much a bit of the morning. Then they have the Feast of the Valiant, and then in the evening they have the Dance of the Phoenix, which is the kind of closing ceremonies of everything that's going on. So you guys are sitting at breakfast at the moment. You may proceed.
Do the feast have potatoes, or do I have to bring my own?
Say that again?
Will this feast have potatoes, or do I need to bring my own?
Well, you
Roll
might
for
want to
potato.
think about bringing your own, I guess.
Oh,
Oh, now Larry's frozen.
Oh, no.
I thought
Oh,
he was
yeah.
done with you and he just
Oh.
stopped.
Yeah.
Did I freeze?
Yeah.
He's back.
Larry's like, well,
Well,
Did I freeze, or was I just looking at my notes real
You
fast?
froze.
I think it was a little bit of both.
yeah. He's looking at his potato notes. Will they have potatoes? Let's see. That's a D20.
Well, I mean, I suppose in the Unity stew there'll be some potatoes.
Unity stew!
Unity.
Unity stew!
I don't think it's smart to put someone named Stu in your Unity.
Poor stew!
He
Stu
just
gets
kind
left
of
out of the Unity.
he gives you guys now an actual frozen, and then just turns around and walks away.
Yeah.
Enjoy
I
the
just-
festivities.
As he turns and walks away, I just take a biscuit and I look at him and I go,
What time in the morning is it?
It's probably around 7-ish, 7:30.
I'm gonna
Damn, that's
stuff
early for
my
Raptor.
mouth with a bunch of stuff, and I gotta run and go do something really quick. I'll be right back, and I'm gonna run out the door.
As you run out the door, you see that the sun is just starting to rise, and that there's a thick mist in the air. That it's very foggy at the moment. The sky is kind of this pale lavender. The horizon kind of has a little bit of a bleeding of gold, where the sun is starting to come out, and you could see little, where distant clouds are causing the streaks in the sky of the sunlight. But the air is like really still. It's almost unnaturally so that it's so still, as if kind of the world is just
Hanging in the
held its
balance.
breath for the morning.
Weird.
And about the time you get out the door, you hear a bell. You just hear the loud gong of a bell. It's deep and resonating, and it echoes from the central temple that they have in the town. And then another, and then another. And you begin to see people starting to come out of their places of work. You notice everyone else still in the tavern are noticing that people are starting to get up. They haven't even finished their meals. The ones that haven't finished, they've still just gotten up. The workers aren't even cleaning anything up. They're just all starting to make their way outside.
Can I make an insight check? Do they seem like they're entranced or under some kind of charm?
Sure.
I mean, I'm assuming
would that
we
be
hear this
Arcana?
inside the tavern, yeah?
Yes, it's this bell is like really loud.
I'm just going to look over at Mark IV. What do these bells mean?
I am unsure.
What'd you roll,
I've
Kat?
never been to
I didn't roll yet.
Oh.
You see Rothgar trying to twerk.
Well, I
to the
asked
bells.
if it was Arcana or Insight. Which do you prefer?
It's up to you, whichever one you want.
Or
Okay,
religion.
That's an 18.
18. People don't look like they're in a trance because you do see whispers. People are whispering to each other. You're seeing that people are very solemn right now, as they're all making their way out. And then let's go back to what Rathic, you were getting ready to do something.
I wanted to run back over to the chapel that we were the night before.
Okay.
Just like expeditiously, as quickly as I could.
You do what as quick as you can?
Expeditiously, like
Oh, okay,
as
okay. Good.
fast as I could.
As you're approaching the that chapel, you see Mwilla and Sister Vale coming out of the chapel.
Oh man. Willa, Sister Vale. Hello. Hi. Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Hi. I was wondering if you could do me a favor, real quick, before whatever this is happening. You
of
have a
course,
moment?
if I can.
So I've got this helmet, and it can do some stuff, but I think there's maybe a curse on it, and not everybody in my group understands or knows about it at all, or nobody in my group knows about it at all. And I really don't want them to because it could cause a lot of problems, but every time I use it, it makes me want to pass out. If maybe you could, like, make it, like, not cursed or whatever it might be, that would be really helpful.
I can certainly try. I can see what I can do.
Oh, gosh, thank you so much.
I
And
would
I'll
have to
pay
say,
you.
though, right now, as you've heard the bells, that that was the toll of the fallen, and what this does is it's bringing us all to the town center to start our memorial service for everything that's going on for the fallen soldiers of the Battle of Varglass.
Oh, would the fallen be willing to wait for 20 gold?
I find that a bit disrespectful.
I'm sorry.
This is a very solemn occasion, and I'm sure it can wait. I assume it can wait.
I just don't know when I'm going to have another opportunity where I'm not with everybody.
Well, we'll work something out. How about that?
Okay. Well, here, I'll give you 10 gold anyway. Have a good day.
Well, okay.
Meanwhile,
I'll go back.
Rothgar's twerking to the bells and then realizes everyone looks really solemn and she slowly stops and continues to just eat.
Kellenick, at hearing the bells and seeing people get up, whatever, he just looks at Victor and says, "I'm assuming this is something normal."
Yes, he's. You could see that he's kind of ushering people out, and noticing that you guys are kind of. You're wondering what's going on, and he explains that this is the start of the processional that goes to the center of town.
Is this the toll of the fallen you mentioned?
Yes, that's exactly what we're doing.
I look at Lenny and go, "See, I can listen."
So just so you know, what'll happen is, as we get to the town center, there's an obelisk that you will see that is probably going to be rising up out of the ground. Don't be alarmed. It is a memorial. And we have engraved on this obelisk the names of the people who have fallen. And we go there to celebrate what they were able to do for Eurosa and for the kingdom against the Kryn army.
Mark Ford jumps up and says, "I have need of seeing this obelisk myself. I must go."
Let's head out and just follow the crowd.
I follow Mark.
And as you guys get outside, you're still seeing a lot of the locals. They're coming out from their homes, coming out from their businesses. They're all dressed in like muted grays and blacks.
Oh, cool! I
and-
am too.
What's that? Oh yeah, there you go.
I'm a black
So am
guy.
I.
Fit right in.
That they're all, in traditional mourning, like MOURN mourning type
Morning
garb.
attire.
And then the procession is like slowly heading towards, everybody's converging down. They get onto the main road. They call it Victory Lane. They're on that road, all heading towards the obelisk. You see a bunch of clerics along with soldiers. You see families that are walking. Some of them are clutching trinkets. Some of them are clutching pictures. Some of them, you see little children that have on uniforms from one of their fallen parents that they're wearing, oversized on them, but heading into the center of town. And excuse me. You definitely feel that the emotion is really heavy during this time. You see lots of different people with tears in their eyes, and you don't, surprisingly, with all of these people, you don't hear anything over a whisper of people, and I'm talking a quiet whisper of people talking to each other.
Hellenic looks at Dewey and says, "Can you pick up the little ones to keep them in line?" Oh yeah, sure there, Ella. Hey,
Well,
come here, Edgar.
Rathgar's already holding on to Mark's hand, I think. Like, she's just holding, because she senses Mark's solemnness, so she's already walking holding Mark's hand.
How can she tell?
That's a good point. But she feels the vibe. She beat the shit out of Mark. She knows Mark well enough.
All right. Well, in that case, Kellenic's just kind of keeping an extra eye on Rathgar and Yami to kind of stay
Warranted.
close to them and step in should they spoil the mood. Let's just say.
That's,
I think
that tracks.
As we walk, I think Mark would turn to Yami in particular and say, "Yami, please try to refrain your normal tendency to do things that are outside of the control of yourself. This is a solemn event."
No, I see that people are being quiet. I know how to kind of maybe be quiet too. I can behave.
I would appreciate it very much.
Kellenic kind of, is behind Yami, looks at Mark, and just kind of nods like, "I got you."
Mark nods back.
So as you guys continue to progress, as you're getting closer, you do see this giant obelisk that is just, and it's still rising up out of the ground. And you can see that there are just thousands of names on this thing. And you can see mages that are standing there next to the obelisk they're doing their incantations, and as you see them doing these incantations, you see additional names being written to this obelisk as it's rising. The crowd, as they come through, you're all bundled together, but as they come to the obelisk, it almost parts like a river going around it. But everyone that passes by it, you see different people putting their hands on it. You see soldiers. You see a couple of soldiers that they some people just do it passing by, but you do see a couple of soldiers that have their hands resting on the obelisk, and they just are standing there, their head down, very emotional. And you see children that are up trying to find you see a mother point out the name of their father, and they're trying to just rub their fingers across that as they go by. But you see that everybody, once they've done this, they kind of pull back so that the remaining people that keep coming in, it kind of does this kind of a thing around the obelisk so that everyone has a chance to be able to pay their respects. And this goes on. Once you guys get in and you get your part to where you're spreading out, this thing is going on for like upwards to 2, almost 3 hours now of people just processing through here. And it's not just locals, it's people like Mark that have shown up, that were part of this war, that have all come to pay their respects for the people that they've lost or fought alongside.
Did they say
DM?
how often they do
Yes.
this?
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Kat. Let Kat go.
Oh, sorry. Did they say how often that that they do this ritual?
They haven't said.
It's bi-weekly.
Mark would like to do whether an investigation check on the obelisk to see if he can find names of the Warforged from his unit.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to do this with
God,
actual
what if he
die.
gets in that one? He suddenly forgets to read.
And Yami,
16.
Yami's going to go
16?
over with Mark, but he's
Yep.
not going to like do any investigation. He's just going to kneel and pay his respects.
Okay.
Kellenick is very sullen and quiet and respectful in his own right.
I want to check out why this thing's shooting up out of the ground.
Mechanics of it.
Classic graphic. How does this work?
He's over there looking in the hole.
Kind of.
You do notice some of your comrade names on there. And you do realize that some of them were some people that you were close to in the battle that you had, in the specific encounters that you had that were lost. And so it's whatever you want to do with that as you're seeing them.
Yep. So I think as Mark discovers the names of the people that he knew, he will follow suit to what other people have been doing. He will put his hand on the obelisk. He will kind of put his head down silently. Other people looking at him might think he's praying or whatever, but he's just solemnly taking in the moment and remembering the comrades from his unit who are on the obelisk. He's just going to do that for a very brief period of time, no more than 10, 15 seconds. And then
Okay.
he will disengage and go back to the group.
Okay.
Hrothgar's gonna follow Mark and make like specific observation to the names that was looking specifically at, and she looks at them and tries to remember what they look like, but then realizes she can't read, and she kind of just looks down, and then follows Mark away.
Okay. And as Mark, as you turn to head back to the group, you notice Kellenick. And you can see he has a very, very solemn look on his face, and you do see a small tear. He's trying to kind of brush it off as slyly as he can, but you do notice.
On Kellenick's face?
Say that again?
Who has the tear? Kellenick?
Kellenick.
Kellenick.
Okay.
All right. Mark will go over to Kellenick and just, in Mark's way, friend Kellenick, I noticed that you are displaying emotion that seems unusual for this particular event. Can you explain why you feel this way?
Yes, being a man of battle as you are, I too
Super
am
quiet.
thinking of.
Yeah, you're real quiet.
I'm sorry. Let me gain up just a little bit. All right. Being a man of battle as you are, and having a history of losing comrades, I too am reflecting on those that I have lost and other things that have recently been revealed to me. But I feel the pain that you feel. I put my hand on his shoulder and I give him a, friendly nod.
Mark returns the gesture and he looks at Kellenick right in his eyes and says, I repeat this to you as I've repeated to the team before. It is a myth that Warforged do not have emotions and feelings. We do have them. They are just more muted. Today is a day when they are not very muted for me. Thank you for being here.
I see you, friend. I see you.
And you.
Hrothgar's just standing there watching this entire exchange, just wordlessly.
Kellenick pats Hrothgar on the head, nods to her.
Her little ears go down and she kind of...
Mark looks around for Yami.
He's right behind you.
Okay. I just look at you. I don't say anything. I just kind of look and just kind of go, okay.
Anything else?
Not for Mark.
Okay. Okay, so as you guys take care of that and you've tried to talk a little bit, you all get into your, kind of a solemn headspace along with everybody else as you just continue to see this processional go by. And coming in to this, probably the start of that third hour, that you see one of the priests who then does a quick prayer over everybody that's there, and he's using his I always say this word wrong, thermatology, whatever, he makes his voice loud. What is it?
Thermatology.
It's thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy. Yeah.
Thaumaturgy.
Thermatology. You got your emphasis on the wrong syllable, and your
he's got his
vowels
speakerphone on.
Yeah. he puts his wand to his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just starts praying over everybody.
Vocalis lauda.
And as he gets to the end of that, you hear sniffles and a little bit, but you're starting to see people kind of coming out of that now, and you start to see the crowds disperse, going back to where they had all kind of probably came from, going back to their places of business, things like that.
As they go, since the silence or the moment of silence has kind of lifted a little bit, or at least is that the vibe I'm getting, that people are, it's okay to make sounds again?
Yes, people are
Okay.
talking.
Over.
So, because Yeleni doesn't really have any ties to what's happening right now, but she definitely, Mark is her friend, and Kellenic is feeling emotional, and so she also, in her own way, would like to honor what's happening by playing a short tune, and making it both sorrowful and, I guess, grateful for the sacrifices that they made.
Okay.
Is that a performance role?
Yes.
Oh my god.
First roll of the day.
That one.
26.
Okay.
Oh, thank god.
I think all of us at the same time we just went,
Oh no.
oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I
That
love
would have
it.
been so unfortunate.
She gets up there solemnly, rolls a 1, and goes, Froggy went a courting and he was high, Crambo.
She just plays the most offensive thing possible.
Should have got them apple.
It's a kid rock song.
Right. To the window.
She forgets what she's doing, and she plays a Kryn ballad.
Oh,
No, to the window, to the wall.
That's right.
Let us watch
Sean
them
nailed it. Sean nailed it.
Off my
every
ball.
time I try to do something sweet, y'all just decide to just go off the rails with it.
This was a what
You
if.
rolled
did do
low,
something
but you
sweet.
rolled high,
did
so
it.
all is well.
There you go. You rolled high, so don't even worry about it.
So instead, you played a Lord of the Rings ballad. So
There you go.
That one I'm okay with.
Yes.
So as you play, you see, as the crowds are dispersing, you do see a father that's consoling one of his children. You see a mother that's consoling two of her children, over everything. And then they all kind of take notice of you as you're playing this. And the father kind of looks over to you, and he's still got tears in his eyes, but just kind of does a thank you nod for what you did. And then they head out.
Disperse.
Mark turns to Yeleni and says, Friend Yeleni, I am unfamiliar with music and musical tastes. However, I believe that what you just performed was very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. I hope that it honored the sacrifices of those you loved.
Friend Yeleni, I would like for you to teach me how to dance.
I would love that, Mark IV. That would bring me such joy. And hopefully it would bring you joy as well.
I believe it would. I feel that if I learn how to dance, then I will be more effective in battle.
It is a lot of coordination.
It's a dance fight.
Many people consider dance a form of fighting itself, depending on where you're from.
As long as you do it safely.
Noted.
Na, 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 na.
Bum, 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 bum.
We will arrange a time for you to teach me how to dance right.
He's bad. He's bad. He's bad. He's really, really bad.
Mark, I think you can dance if you want to.
If I leave my friends behind.
I won't be coming.
Friends
The
don't
friends
dance.
don't dance,
Oh,
and
man.
if they
If they
don't
don't
dance,
dance, the
Ain't
name.
no
There's no
dance of
friends of
yours.
mine.
No dance of yours? There's no friends of yours.
God.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, I would be
We
happy
just showed our age.
to
Yeah.
teach you how to dance, Mark. That would make me greatly happy. And I'm sure that Rathgar would love to help as well.
Sure.
How about
is there an
this?
issue, friend Rathgar?
Mark helps me teach you how to read, and you'll help me teach Mark how to dance.
I've never danced either.
That's okay. I'll teach you both.
I have a lot to learn. This
You're
might
a
hurt my
bunny. It'll come
brain.
naturally. Trust me.
Okay,
Your feet
well,
were made to move.
you say that now. That's
It
the
is a
end of my
deal.
sentence.
All right.
I will teach friend Rathgar how to read, and you shall teach both of us how to dance.
That's also a great idea. Because apparently,
Yeah,
even though
this-
I've been trying for weeks,
This
it
hooked
hasn't
on
worked.
phonics thing isn't working very well for me right now.
It's been over a month since I went with you to that bookstore, and you haven't learned anything yet. So
Nope.
Mark just draws
Should
the
we go
letter
about
A
our
in the
day?
dirt. Friend
That looks
Rathgar, that is the
familiar.
letter A. It is the letter A. Remember that.
Okay.
Your next lesson is tomorrow.
there are 2 A's in your name.
My head hurts.
Itty bitty
There's also
baby
an A in
steps.
head.
There's also an A in head. That is
But it
correct.
doesn't sound like it.
That's
Welcome to English 101.
Oh
Oh,
god.
God.
Or Common,
Common 101.
I'm going to. All right, Rathgar, come here.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
You're going to learn how to read.
Friend Rathik would be very good at teaching you how to read. He is very learned.
Okay.
I don't know if I trust his methodology.
Let
I
us
feel
wait.
like there
She
was
is
a
a
lot of
fighter.
anger in that statement. You're going to learn how to read.
Yeah, that's what made me nervous. It's
No,
very
I
much.
just I snored a lot last night, so my beak is.
Oh. Okay.
That's why I sound.
It sounds like a command rather than a. Going
to learn how to
read. More
You're
frustration.
going to learn how to read, whether or not you want to.
You need to know how to read. We can't have you not being able to read.
It's served well for me so far. I mean,
No,
I'm
it is not. No, it
Let's
has been
how
an
old I'm a
absolute disaster.
23-year-old bunny.
Checks notes.
We've taken a nice moment and just thrown it off a cliff.
Yep. Yes.
Friend
Cliff
Rathik, I have an
have an A in
idea.
it?
What's up?
Cliff does not. But Rathik is
My
trying to do
idea,
something
yes.
nice for you. In his way. He is trying to do something nice for you, so.
True.
In order to better aid Friend Rathgar in her learning journey, what if we combine learning with combat?
No.
Like that.
TAB.
He exceeds at combat.
Yeah, I know. If she
Rathgar,
beat you half
take
to
the
death.
Sirenny out.
Honestly,
No.
that's not a bad idea. We could
No.
put an
Sirenny.
A on the head
No.
of one of the training dummies, and we'd and like a series of letters, and say, Rothgar, attack the A, and then you could throw your axe or attack the A on the dummy.
These are all good
Rathgar.
things for
Sirenny, does your name have
a
an A in
lesson
it?
to be taught later. Shall we head
My
back
steer's
to the
name is Atreya. Atreya starts with A.
Kellenic
I don't have an A in my name.
Okay. She puts him back.
No, take Sirenny out again, please. I'm going to attack you with Atreya, and you will learn the letter A.
No.
We're doing this now?
Yes,
I was trying to, like, be solemn, which is really hard for me.
Oh.
this is very solemn. Defend yourself. And I attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna literally fly away.
Oh, I'm already walking back to the inn.
You know what? As long as someone needs to supervise this, and I think it's gonna have to be me. Last
Non-lethal
time
attack.
you two sparred,
I can
one of
help.
you ended up almost dead.
Non-lethal
That
attacks
wasn't me,
only
for anyone
Rathgar.
wondering.
It very much was you, friend Rathgar.
No, I mean, I wasn't the one that almost ended up dead.
That is true. It was I.
Yes.
So as you guys are having all this discussion,
So, meanwhile...
Larry was worried he wouldn't have enough material today.
Yeah, I
It was the
know.
RP.
Yeah, he's Yeah.
Now, clearly, I have too much material.
All I need to do is write one thing, and then they'll just take it where they want to go.
Oh God.
I'm learning quicker to make less notes and just go with the flow.
Today's episode, Reading Lessons for Rathgar.
Yeah.
For the next 3 hours, we shall...
Take
Hit
a
each other
look
with weapons.
in a
Yes.
book,
Yeah.
reading Rathgar.
So as you guys are, doing all the different things, and you're singing your songs, and you're, swinging the battle axe in the middle of all the solemnness,
There's that, too.
Victor approaches you, Mark, and says, so we have the March of Valor that we have every year when we do this, that we head out to certain points in the town, either the obelisk, or we head out to the river, or out to the graveyard, to the yew tree, and we try to have this march of all the people who have survived in previous battles and who have lost fellows. This is mostly the soldiers and people involved in the war that we have marching in this, that we then head out to these points to where as the early evening hits, we will have the releasing of the lights, the vigil of lights that we have, that is to commemorate the people that have been lost. And I would like to know, since of hearing more about you and your party, of knowing that you yourself have been in the war, as I've talked to Mark 7, that he has stated that you were a comrade with him, and we would like to invite you to march along with the rest of the soldiers.
I would be honored to march along with the rest of the soldiers. May I bring my weapon?
Of course.
Excellent.
And so he
be-
tells you, like, to be ready in probably about an hour-ish. It would come up to like 2:00 that you guys would be starting the march and it's a slow march that you guys would be taking through town. And then everyone else, as he explains to you, everyone else kind of follows along the sides. People are either already walking to these spots, or they're all lining the streets to cheer and to celebrate all the soldiers as they come through. And you have noticed that as the fog has lifted, there's a lot more banners that are streaming throughout the city. A lot of them that have like different unit names on them or unit symbols on them. You see a lot of family crests that are up everywhere. You do see that this town very much gets together to celebrate those that were lost in this battle that happened literally just outside their town and what saved their town.
They're all trauma bonded.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a good trauma bond.
So I think for the in that hour before the march, Mark's going to just polish himself.
Okay.
Just going to get
Oh, is that
get
what
a
they
nice
call it?
lean going. Little self-love.
What's that called? Turtle wax? You gonna
Shouldn't
use
you
that
be
turtle
doing that
wax
in
on
private?
your...
Portal
We're
wax.
doing it right in the inn, right in the main area of the inn, just in front of everybody.
Rathgar gets his hard to reach areas on his back.
Just getting buffed out.
I'm just picturing her jumping up and down.
Mark doing his purr
Pretty
thing.
much. Oh God, I forgot about that. God damn.
So within that, I mean, is there anything anybody else is doing during that hour?
I'd like to go up to the receptionist at the inn, and I want to ask, so with everybody being in the actual march themselves, how can like friends and family best support our friends that are respecting their lost family?
Most people will go ahead and align on the sides of the roads, on the sidewalks and the pathways along the path that leads out to all these different venues. But you just stand out on Victory Road and cheer on as people are going by.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna, I guess, prepare to go do that.
He goes and sets up his chair so he gets a good spot ahead of everybody.
I
His chair
would
made
like
out of
to...
potatoes. Go ahead.
Cat, you want to go?
Go ahead, Cat.
I just didn't want to talk over anyone. I'm trying today. I'm trying really hard not to talk over anyone. May I want to talk to the innkeeper as well, and try to get my letters in the mail.
Okay.
I don't know how quickly they transfer, or transmit, or whatever. That is my plan. I want to make sure that those get out today.
Okay. And he meets with you, tells you it's like just a silver piece per letter that goes out.
All right. I hand him 2 silver.
Rothgar, like, pulls on Eleni's, like, pants, tugs on it.
Yes, Tommy?
Do any of your letters have A's in them?
Quite a few of them, actually.
Yes! She walks away.
Nailed it.
Crushed it!
How long did he say it will be till this procession occurs?
He said it would be an hour.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Is
go
there
ahead and tell
anything
Nick.
that you need help with for the procession?
I missed what you said, Kellenick.
I said, is there anything that any of us can help with as far as setting up for the procession?
No, we prepare long before the day of for us to be able to have this ready, and everybody has their positions, everybody has their jobs, and we make sure that everything is done so that the people that come to celebrate or to come in remembrance of family and friends that have fallen, that they can spend their whole time doing that instead of trying to do work on the side.
Okay. Just thought we'd offer.
Thank you. Much appreciated. Yami, you said something before that?
And then I'm gonna go up to Kellenick and I'm gonna be like, I know we're here celebrating Mark's fallen comrades, but you and I
Yes.
have lost a lot of people too. You want to hang out with me during the celebration, and also, you and I remember our fallen people and family and friends as well.
I think that would be highly appropriate, Yami.
Okay. I'll make sure we hang together during all of this, and if you need a friend, you let me know. Okay. I know this has to be
Likewise.
hard on you too.
In many ways, yes.
Okay.
Yami,
Yeah.
I've been meaning to talk to you.
What's going
in
on,
the
bud?
past few days. Well, I was noticing your obsession with the spiders up on the hill. What is that all about?
I don't know. It's just something about, like, when we started seeing them, I just got this anger in me. Like, I knew they were going to hurt more people that we care about, and something in me would not let that happen.
Was this anger general, just over a foe, or was there something specific about the spiders themselves?
No, I just saw them, and I just started getting just angry. I can't pinpoint it. I just started getting really, really angry.
More so than over other things that we have fought.
Yeah.
Well,
I just didn't want them hurting anybody else. That's all.
I see. Well, I wonder if there's something to do. Yami, I will confide something in you that I have not told the others. In my past life, I was a follower of a deity named Lolth. Are you familiar?
Yami just starts getting just suddenly really, really irritable.
I see
What
you are
did she do
familiar.
to you?
She did a lot of things that, unfortunately, I've just now found out about. I thought I was loyal to her. I thought that I was part of her cause. It turns out I was being manipulated and used by her for her nefarious purposes. So, trust me when I say I am no longer following her. I no longer have any ties or any draw to Loth, but I do know that she is de facto Queen of Spiders. And so I was curious to see if this had anything to do with your wrath towards them.
Then it sounds to me like they should have died for more than one reason.
That's possible. But you got agitated just now when I
And
mentioned...
then you tried to visibly calm down. This is not the time for this. This is the time for celebrating our fallen and celebrating people we care about. We need to focus on that.
Okay. Well, just know that I would like to, for lack of a better term, be there for you if there's anything you need to discuss, anything you need to try to figure out when it comes to your anger towards spiders or anything.
All I want to figure out is how to keep more people from dying.
Well, that's honorable. All right. Well, we shall table this discussion for another day, and let's you and I go find a good place along the procession and mourn those that we have lost.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you.
All right. He does not grab Yami's hand.
About this time, as you guys are trying to possibly go find places to sit or whatever along the road, Victor comes and grabs you, Mark, and leads you over to where everybody is mustering for doing the march. And about the time that you got there, you all start to hear a drum beat. And it's, kind of like the slow march military tap that you would hear for basically keeping soldiers in step, things like that. And as you guys are trying to find a place the rest of you are trying to find a place for a good view, you do find a place further down the line. It's closer to the end of the path, the best place you can find towards the yew tree and the river, where you do see a lot of people that have already basically crowded up around the tree, along the riverbank, things like that. That's kind of getting their spot for the light vigil. But there's still plenty of space on there for everybody to get situated. And you start hearing in the distance loud cheers, loud celebration as the march has started and they're working their way down the streets. And you just hear the yelling, the cheering getting louder and louder as the group is getting, it's kind of that wave of sound coming to where you guys are then also involved as people are going. I need Yeleni, Rathik, Kellenik, and Rathgar, and if someone wants to roll for Dulaka, to give me and Yami, roll perception check, please.
Perception.
I'll roll for Dulaka.
My first roll of the game. Oh,
15.
Dulaka, go.
dirty 20.
Four on the
15.
dice for Dulaka.
Oh, make that 16. Sorry.
Okay. I think you're muted, Kat.
Do we know what Dewey's perception is?
I can look it up.
What his modifier is?
Shoot, I have his pass. Hang on, I can get that right now. He has a +0.
So a 4.
4 on the die.
So 4 it is.
Yeah, 4 it is.
I also got a 15.
Okay. So pretty much everybody but Dulaka. As these mass amounts of people are in this parade marching by, You do notice in that crowd of soldiers, Bryce Fielid. If you don't remember who that was, Lawmaster Bryce Fielid from Allfield.
Oh, nobody's
Everyone's still
No, I
dumbfounded.
remember him. I'm just sitting here going like, okay, so
I
he
don't-
lost someone.
I don't remember at all. I have to. What the fuck?
Well, you all see him in this
Okay.
Bryce
crowd.
and Alfield. I literally have it written down in my notes.
Bryce was the guy that we first met with the whole teacup thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, then I have
The
no idea.
investigation.
That's why I don't remember, because I blacked out at that because I didn't know what was going
I
on.
need to repress this
I
memory.
literally don't remember that whole scene.
That was pre-Kalenic and Yami, so
Yeah.
I do not
Yeah,
recognize
it was
it.
That's
like in
true, that's
July
true,
of
that's
last
true.
year.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
God
That was in the
damn.
very beginning.
I feel like Larry was waiting for us all to go, and we were all like,
Yeah, pretty much. And everybody was just like,
We're like,
eh,
cool.
who's this guy?
Fitting,
I
fitting cat
recognize
emoji.
it, but I don't understand. Like, so he also lost people.
You just notice him. He's there. He's marching with
He's
the soldiers.
marching with the soldiers. Okay.
Yep.
I don't understand what the significance of that would be. Why would we all go?
It's just a name you'd remember. Jeez, calm down.
Oh, Bryce. Friends,
We love you,
There's
Kat.
Bryce. There's Lawmaster Bryce.
Well, you're not with
What are you
them.
doing here?
I can just picture
That's
Mark walking in the march, looking at us, going, "Friends, it's Lawmaster Bryce."
So he's
right there,
marching.
as we walk
He's not
past.
in the crowd. He's marching. He said
What's that?
he's not in the crowd. He's marching.
He's marching with the other soldiers.
So he was in the battle. How old is he?
And you continue to watch everybody as they march, heading towards everything. Occasionally, throughout the crowd of the soldiers, you do hear, the present arms, and people are doing their salutes. You see that there's a group of people, like recruits, that are part of some of the young generation of soldier, like ROTC kind of a thing. That are all standing on the sides, that you're noticing that that's all coming from those as different unit banners are what pass by, because those are, skipped farther between the groups of people. But as each banner is going by these little ROTC type units, that they're saluting each of the banners that go by, until eventually all of the soldiers have gone through. And you're seeing that people have, as the soldiers marching have gone through, people from the sides that were watching and celebrating are bleeding into the streets, following them, heading towards the yew tree, heading towards the riverbank, heading towards different places in town. But you notice that Mark, with where he's going, is heading towards. There's a spot that's been between the river, more towards the end of the group by the river, and a little bit off of the yew tree, where you see everybody kind of preparing as it's kind of becoming dusk from this whole march. And you're starting to see where people are starting to light these lanterns that they're holding. They're like, I don't know, for lack of any better description, it's like where you'd see where people would put a candle in like a bag and release that, and then that floats up
a
like a little
lantern.
balloon. And they have the names of their fallen loved ones or comrades all on these lanterns that are getting ready to go up. Where'd my sheet go? Right there. Kind of where you guys end up as you guys get grouped together. You notice that there's this one man that's just kind of off by himself. He's not like a long ways away from everybody, but he definitely has a gap between himself and the rest of the parade and the party and everything else that are out there. He's just kind of he's sitting on his knees. He's just kind of really hunched over, very slouched over. And I will need a perception check from Mark, Rathgar, and Yeleni.
Oh,
Perception.
keep the good rolls.
Ooh.
And we're not keeping the good rolls.
That was a net
19.
20.
A nat
Oh.
20.
With
Mine
a
is-
plus
Jeez.
3, please.
Mine is a 3 plus 4. 7.
I'm gonna have to have counting
19.
lessons too.
What did you get,
just
Mark?
Sitting there going,
19.
19? Okay. Well, definitely with Yeleni's nat 20,
Show off.
you see this man, and he's very distraught at the moment. Extremely distraught. And at first, what it looks like is that he's, dabbing his eyes with a cloth or just a piece of something. But you begin to notice, Yeleni, the more that he's kind of positioned himself, you notice that this is a headband. And from the vantage point that you had with the nat 20, you happen to notice that it has a very crude drawing on it.
I was wondering.
And you just see him. He's sobbing.
I would like to approach him.
Okay?
Wait, so this is just a random guy that's on his knees over in a corner somewhere?
He's off to the side of everyone else by the riverbank.
Okay, that's okay. Okay.
DM.
And I don't notice.
DM.
Yes.
Sean,
Okay.
Sean,
I'm
are you okay?
riding with you for now.
I don't think I've ever seen Sean this taken.
Wow.
I'm riding with you for now.
Eyes.
I know the eyes. I see a lot of your white right now. That sounded funny.
Play this out.
Sorry.
We'll
Did
see how this
sound
goes.
funny.
We'll see how this goes.
I'm so
I-
scared.
I would like to approach him.
Okay.
And I look at Mark and notice that Mark is also aware, or has noticed the man. But Mark is in the procession, so I can't interrupt him or anything. So
Well, he's separated from the procession. Everybody's now have
so-
gotten set up to do their lanterns. And so he was
right,
able to
okay, the
rejoin
parade's
you.
over.
Right.
Okay. And I kind of gesture to Mark. And I say, Mark, do you still have the headband?
I do, and I just point at my head because it's on.
Yeah, Rathgar's has her on, and so does Sirenny.
Will you both come with me?
Oh, are
Yes.
you talking to Rathgar too?
Yes, to Rathgar and Mark.
Oh. She goes, yeah, why? What'd you see? What does the headband have to do with anything?
Rathgar, maybe I've seen someone who may know your little friend
Britt?
from back. Yes, from
Yeah,
from a
you know
triple-
her. So
yes.
does Mark.
Yes, I've seen someone who may believe that she is not around anymore. Who may believe that they lost her.
Why?
Just if, as we approach this man, try to.
What man?
Oh God! She just starts walking.
She follows Lenny and looks at Mark and goes, what man? What's happening?
Friend Rathgar, just come with us, please.
Okay. And you hear her under her breath going,
Mark goes, very good.
thank you.
Yeleni reaches out and puts a hand on the man's shoulder.
He has his head down, and when you do that, he starts, and he doesn't look up, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take your space, and he starts to move down.
No, please, don't go. The reason why I approached you is that I believe I recognized that headband, and I believe I know the person who created it.
And he looks around and sees us all
I
wearing
may.
headbands.
He still hasn't looked up.
Do you know a little girl named Brit?
And you, as he's
Oh, I know Britt.
still trying to catch himself and still, not knowing why you're there talking to him, as soon as he hears the name, he practically stops breathing.
He looks unwell.
Can I cast Calm Emotions?
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, I cast Calm Emotions, and it's essentially anyone in a 20-foot area around us, but they don't have to. I'm focusing it mainly on him, so it's
Right.
for role play purposes. So.
Rathgar suddenly goes, "Hey."
I know, I was literally thinking this thing. I was like, Rathgar suddenly seems stoned as hell. Like, I was thinking the
I need
same
to cast
thing,
this
Ellie.
more often. Good God.
She's like, yeah, man, it's all good.
Yeah,
I'm, like,
Mark's
super
eye lights
hungry
just
now.
dim a little bit, just a little dimmer on the eye lights.
If you will allow me to help you feel a bit more at ease, I say that before I cast it. I believe that you may know Brit as well, based off of your reaction. And I actually just sent a letter to her today. I know where she is if you are looking for her.
Ooh. DM, can I cast Silent Image
Sure.
Great idea.
and do an image of Brit the way we saw her the last time we saw her?
Okay. He sees that,
Oh my god, Britt!
and he slumps. He slumps even harder. And in spite of the calm that was put on him, you're realizing if you didn't put that on him, he'd probably be in hysterics. Because he then really starts to sob. And he's like, he just looks at the image and he just stares. And he looks down at his banner and he looks back at the image. And he's... Could this be? My Brit is alive?
Yes, very much so.
Last time I saw her, we were attacked. We were attacked by bandits. I tried to separate them from her, and I didn't know what else to do, and I just told her to run. I'd run as fast as she could. I was beaten so bad and left for dead, I thought for sure they went and grabbed her. I woke up in the hospital months later. And all I could think about was how I let her down. And it's my fault that she died. And now you're telling me that she's alive?
She is in Zadash.
She's alive and she's well, and we actually have. She's been afforded a residency at a local inn. She's selling her headbands.
Rathgar, like, goes up to him and, like, you know how, like, Japanese people tend to, like, crouch on the ground with their little knees in front of them?
Right.
And they're just, like, and she does that right in front of him and, like, puts her little paw on his head and she goes, she's, like, one of my really good friends. I found her and we bonded, and then she drew me this really awesome headband and one for my axe, and he can talk, and she's just super nice. And then I brought her whole crate, like, carriage thing into the room with us, and I kind of broke the door, but nobody knows that because I didn't tell them. But she's super happy, and then I broke the bed, and then I laid on the ground, but she's, like, super happy.
Yes, they have a sleepover.
While you're doing all of that, he reaches up and he just touches the headband on your head.
And she, like, smiles really big with her little rabbit teeth.
And then Mark bends down in front of him, all weird and menacing, and says, she made this headband for me as well. I gave her 10 gold pieces.
I don't know how she made it. Is she staying with somebody?
Yeah, with us.
She's
Well, not now, because we're here.
She's in the care of a very close friend of ours. His name is Flip. He runs at the Tripaway Inn.
It's her boyfriend. Not all of ours, just hers.
It is correct. He's not all of our boyfriends.
He is my friend as well, and he is a boy. That makes him my boyfriend as well.
But I learned there's something different to that. I was told I don't quite understand it, but it's not all of our boyfriends, just hers.
She's
Interesting.
safe. She's being cared for. She has food and meals, and she has an income. If you'd like to meet her, I guarantee you that she is being taken care of very well.
He starts to wipe his tears and wipe his face, and then he pockets the headband, and he takes the lantern that he had that had her name written on it, and he crumbles that up because now he's
He doesn't need
getting
it.
excited now, and he's happy, and he's like, "Then can we go? I want to go now.
You want us to go with you?
I need to go to her."
The dash is in that direction, sir. If you start now, you may get there in approximately 2 weeks.
Okay.
Just go
He just
straight.
says
Careful,
thank you, and he
crossing
turns and
the
he starts
river.
walking.
Oh. Okay, bye. Good
Things
luck.
never-
Tell her we said hi.
Things never go as planned. Do I have a map that I can give him or something?
You guys do have a map,
Okay.
Do
so you
have a
stop
horse?
him. So you
I
stop
hail
him?
him down. I hail him real quick. Wait just one moment. I'll give you a map so that you don't get lost along the way.
Be careful crossing the river.
You don't go. Take the bridge.
Well, what if we go together? I mean, you guys know exactly where she's at, and I don't want to waste any time not finding the right place.
Well, we have to find a little golden man.
I think the
Bring
little
Rathgar.
golden man can wait
Yes?
for Brit.
I believe it is in our best interest not to discuss the nature of our mission to strangers.
That's
But he's
also
not
true.
a stranger. He knows Brit.
That is true, but
Wait,
we
what
do
is
not
your
know him.
name?
I'm so sorry. It's Callum Redwine.
Brit Senior.
I'm Rathgar.
It's nice to meet you, Rathgar.
You too.
I am Umbral Mark IV, but you may call me Umbral Mark IV, or you may call me Mark IV, or you may just call me Mark. The choice
Mark?
is yours.
Mark,
Yes.
were you wanting to stay a few more days, or have we done the obligation that you had here?
But we still have to be at the Dance of the Phoenix.
There are still things I would like to do. If it is
We have the
important
March
for you,
of Valor, the Something of Lights, the Feast of the Valiant, and the Dance of the Phoenix.
this is true, friend Rathgar. Friend
I can
Yelena,
remember things, but I'll forget it all tomorrow.
it is important to me to be here for the remainder of the events for this festival, this ceremony, this remembrance. If it is equally important that this Callum Redwine returns to Zadash so that he may reunite with Brit, then perhaps it is best that I stay here and the rest of the party go with you.
Oh.
Well, we would be splitting up either way, and I wouldn't.
Well, Callum, you've been without Brit for this long. Isn't like a couple more days not gonna hurt?
Rathgar, I don't think you realize how incredibly insensitive that was to say.
It was? I was just being honest.
I
This
understand.
tender moment brought to you by Rathgar Rendar.
Wow. Obviously, not a parent.
You know the bad thing is, I think I'm turning so much into Rathgar that I didn't even realize how bad that sounded until you all started going, whoa.
Maybe if you offered him 20 gold pieces to win.
All right,
Giveth and taketh, right?
Callum,
Yes.
you stop. Okay,
All
sorry.
I'm doing is trying to find my daughter.
Wow.
Oh, so it is the dad. Okay, I wasn't sure. What did he look like? Is he a brother, cousin? Like, what's going on here?
He's a brother cousin.
Oh, shit, one of those.
Okay, Callum, it sounds like we do have unfinished business here. So we can do... We have a few options, right? We can give you a map for you to make your way there yourself, which I personally have reservations about, because who knows what will happen on your way, and I would like to see Brit safely insured into your care again. Or we could split up, and Mark could stay here, and the rest of us could come with you. Or I would also be willing. I would also be willing to split, so that the party can stay here, and I would ensure you back into.
I don't know. I might not be the smartest rabbit, but I remember somebody told me one time that we should never split the party.
Well, I don't know what the alternative is, aside from.
Waits another couple of days.
And that's incredible. This man thought his daughter had been.
Well, then
lost.
maybe we shouldn't have told him immediately and let him still believe she was dead until we were ready
Is
to
he
bring
standing
her
right
back.
there while she's saying this?
Yeah,
trying
she's
to be
standing
quiet.
there.
Just trying to be quiet.
Are the rest of us
Yami,
hearing any
Yami
of
and I
this?
are just over somewhere else,
Yeah,
just really,
yeah,
you know,
we're over
solemnly.
there,
Talking about splitting the party, we're
Yeah.
not even over there yet.
Cat,
we're
roll
all the rest of us.
persuasion.
You okay, Sean? Wait, Cat's rolling persuasion, not me?
Yeah. Somehow Mark IV rolls his eyes.
That is a 21.
Yay!
My goodness.
He goes, okay. In spite of the little rabbit's crudeness,
What?
I think that it might be best, since you know exactly where she is, that I'll just stay with you. But promise me, please, that we leave after tomorrow.
Are we gonna promise that?
Is that when our festivities will have ended by?
Yes, it will have ended
Yes.
by then.
If by the end of the day tomorrow, no one else, or there is hesitation on any other party member's part, I personally will guarantee that I will go back with you. First light day after tomorrow. Whether or not the rest of my party is willing to join me.
You can see that he's still very antsy about it, but he agrees.
Well, see, look, Callum, now you can celebrate her being alive in the festivities tonight.
Well, I mean, the things of tonight is about letting go of a lantern because someone's dead, but she's alive now.
Yeah. So you can change the tradition. Maybe this will be a celebration for the people alive now.
Ooh, so Mark update silent image to show Brit capturing a lantern and holding it in her hand and being like super happy to see it.
You know, you guys were calling
He-
me a manipulator.
He loses it again.
What?
Oh, Mark, I think you broke him.
I
And
was
I
only
think-
attempting to show him the
I
benefit
think
of
you're
what it's
confusing
doing.
manipulation with compromise there, Mike.
And actually, Kellenick, with your passive perception, you see them talking to this guy, and you see that this guy, he's lost it originally, gets happy and starts to walk away, turns back around, has this look of okay on his face, and then loses it again after you see this little image of Brit. You've seen Brit, right? Yeah, okay. So you see the image of Brit again, but you see her now, grabbing this lantern out of the air, and then the guy loses it again.
Yami, let's go see what Rathgar's doing to upset this poor man.
I lift my head solemnly and I say, all right, I'm with you.
Oh, damn it.
All right,
You have a
we saunter up.
reputation, Rathgar.
I
I'm
don't
not
say
even
anything.
upset,
I'm just
man.
like, I walk up to see what the heck is going on.
What did you say, Kat?
I have a
That
reputation.
Rathgar has a reputation at this point, not just amongst others, but within our group.
she's not even malicious about it either.
Didn't
She
say that.
genuinely thinks she's doing the right thing.
She's just so ignorant.
It's literally part of one of my little flaws. It's written right here.
I like how she's like, and it says written.
It's right here. It's right
Okay,
here.
so
Mark,
oh, go ahead, Mark.
I was going to say, Mark turns to Lenny and just says, Lenny, this is one of the new abilities that I have attained. Did I do well?
Oh, you used it beautifully, Mark. It was a wonderful choice.
Mark does the closest thing that he can to a smile.
Aw. She
Are you
Rathgar looks at it and goes, "Ooh."
Which is still solid metal.
And while all this is going on, Callum is like, he knows his hand is going through this thing, but he still puts his hand up to the side of her face as if she's right there.
Kellenick just
Soon
looks
grit.
at Yeleni and goes and just kind of mouths.
And while all this is going on, you're starting to see lanterns starting to rise up, people releasing them. You're hearing music in different places throughout the areas where you've got mages and priests that are just out there, and clerics with some of the family members and trying to talk to people. And you could see that everything is starting to unwind at this point with all the lanterns going up.
Rathgar whispers to Sirenny and goes, "Would it be considered a bad intrusive thought if I suddenly grabbed you and started hitting all the lanterns out of the sky?"
From what I've seen, I probably wouldn't recommend it.
Damn it.
I mean, plus there's no blood in that. What's the point?
It's fun. They're moving, and I want to hit things that move, you know?
Like fireflies.
Oh my god, right? Thought it was just me.
You got me tempted now.
Lenny goes
We
and gets a
probably
lantern
shouldn't.
of her own.
We probably
probably
shouldn't.
No, I know. Damn it.
Wash my hands of this.
Bye, Lenny.
Kellenick and I'm assuming Yami follows me. Go to
Yep.
wherever we can obtain a lantern and.
Do I
light
know
my
any
own.
dead people?
Yeah, and I light one as well.
Oh, you know, Kellen.
Mark does not light one. These lanterns are meant to be kind of almost a spiritual type thing, and Mark doesn't really subscribe to that necessarily.
Okay.
So he doesn't light a lantern. He doesn't mock anybody for doing it, but that's just not what he's going to do.
Okay.
Rathgar will light a lantern.
Kellenick bows
Because-
in silence to say a prayer.
I'm just hanging out.
Rathgar goes and grabs a lantern, and she tries to write on it, but she can't write, so she just does a little scribble, and you just see,
Can't put an A on there.
and then she puts a little A on the top that she remembers. But the A that she remembers is very different from the one that comes out on the lantern. And she just goes, "This is for Rhaegar and Rhugar and Rogar. I don't know if you're still out there, but I will find you one day, even though I don't remember where you are, and it'll be fine, and I'm doing great, and it's gonna be good. Okay, bye. Okay, bye." And she just,
Do I overhear any of that?
Are you trying to keep it hidden?
I mean, yes and no. I think she's kind of like trying to stay personal, but she doesn't realize how loud she is when she whispers. You know, one of those kinds of
I don't
things.
think
Then
she
let's do
realizes how
a
loud she is at
perception
all.
against deception.
Okay.
Oh, so I'm rolling deception.
Yeah.
Should I do it with a disadvantage, maybe?
Yeah,
Or
since
not.
she's ignorant.
She dumb.
She real ignorant.
So disadvantage.
It's got to be a nat one.
It's a nat fucking one.
I was so worried too because I rolled an 8. I was like, "There's no
Oh, I
way."
rolled an 11 and a 1, and I have 0 modifiers on it. So
So yes, you hear all of that.
I'm gonna whisper as soft as I can as I write the names of my family.
well, you don't know who they are.
No, I know, but
Be all her
I'm
lovers.
assuming. I'm assuming.
They all have very
Ellie,
similar names.
Mike is assuming.
Hey, welcome to the party.
Hey. Dewey, you've got 2 hit points left, and
You just got
gun
bitch
is
slapped by
jammed.
Rathgar.
Where are you when everybody moved over there?
Near where Kalenic and all them was, but I was not told to.
Yeah, we weren't told that the party was splitting.
That's-
Like we just saw them go in over there, and we're like, "What the fuck's going on?" Oh, this Brit's dead.
I figured I was gonna let everybody know after we all went back to the inn and the festivities had ended for the night.
Well, we preempted that by walking over.
And that's where we're at.
Well, anyway,
Oh, and
Dewey
Lenny
I are
just
not even
overheard
over
me
there.
writing-
You're with me.
And Lenny just overheard me writing some names on a lantern and throwing it into the air. So,
Cool.
because I got nat 1 on deception.
I'll hang back a little bit and listen as things go on before jumping in.
Okay.
So the lantern celebration is over.
So that part is over. So now it's whatever you guys want to do from here.
Cat's trying to say shit.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
About
I just
the
want to role play.
Oh, do it. Do it.
I've been trying.
And now she froze. Oh.
no,
No.
she's good. She's good.
She's about done.
Yeleni walks over with her own lantern and lifts it up into the air and lets it go, and says, "May I ask who your lantern was for?"
Oh, you can't read this?
Oh, I thought you'd already tossed it up into the air. My apologies.
She tries to grab it back and shows it to you.
Since she
It's
had
just-
launched it like right before Lenny walked over, she just quick bats it back down because it hadn't gotten past Yeleni's head height yet. So just goes, bats it back down to you.
So you can't read my writing?
It looks like a good attempt. It's not yet legible though.
I knew it. Yeah, this is for Rhaegar, Rhaegar, and Rogar.
Oh, those are names very similar to yours.
Yeah, they're my brothers.
Oh, that's lovely. Did you lose them?
I don't know. I mean, yes, but no. Did you want me to keep going?
Only if you want to, dear. I won't pry, but
Well, I mean, I'm kind of an open book, and I just never thought about it, and nobody's ever really asked.
I know
I
we've
mean-
talked about your family in the past, when that you've kind of been separated from them,
Yeah.
but I don't know details.
I don't know if you know this or not, but I forget things a lot, and
Really?
I get yeah, I know. I get lost really easily, and my brothers knew that, but so they like were really good at keeping me kind of under wraps. But one day, I got lost like really bad, and I tried to find them and I couldn't, and that's where I'm at.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll find them eventually. It'll be fine. They're probably looking for me. I hope. Yeah, they're looking for me. Because I've been looking for them, but then I keep getting distracted and forgetting who I was looking for in the first place. Because I got lost. I honestly don't even know how far away I am anymore from home. But I'll find them. It's okay. I'm on an adventure.
Exactly. And until you do find your family, you can consider me and Mark and probably a few others in our party to be your new family. At least
Oh my
in the
God.
meantime.
Oh my god. And she looks up at you with the the Puss in Boots eyes, and she just goes, "Thanks. I already thought of you as family. But now that you've said it, it just makes it so much more real."
Yes, we are family.
Oh my god. You were there the whole time?
I got all my sisters with
I have been standing here the entire time listening to this conversation.
Oh. Shit. Okay. She pats your hand. She just goes, "That's nice."
I'm a
just
long
pat
way
your
from
head.
my family too. And to
You
be
what?
honest, I'm a long way from my family too.
Oh, did you get lost as well?
Not on accident.
On purpose?
Yes.
Why?
It's a very long story, but
Oh, I like long stories.
I
Well, you don't have to tell it now. I've heard sometimes I can be intrusive. I learned that word the other day. I'll probably forget it tomorrow.
Very good, friend Rathgar.
Thank you. Does it have an A in it?
It does not.
Damn it.
I have to come to terms with the fact that my family may not even exist anymore.
Oh, God, that took a turn.
Well, see, that's why I had a lantern, because my family's in the Feywild, and time runs differently there than it does here. So I don't know.
So they could be dead?
They could be.
Oh my God.
But
Are you okay?
oh, that's why I consider you to be my family.
Oh my God. Every time you say it.
She just
We
pats
are
her on the
family.
head, like slightly patronizing, but also with, love.
Well, I believe Rhaegar, Rhaegar, and Rogar are out there. If
We'll
they
find
haven't
them.
been killed horribly. But no, they're pretty badass. I learned all of my stuff from them.
Oh, well, then they must be. They must be fine. I can't imagine them not being incredibly capable.
Oh, yeah.
They have,
Yeah.
they have probably taken over several nations by now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and they're a lot taller than me. So, like, don't be looking for somebody that looks like me, because I've actually never seen somebody that looks like me.
Look for large bunnies.
No, they're not bunnies.
They're not bunnies.
No.
You're a bunny and they're not bunnies?
Yeah.
Do you know, are they a different race?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what they look like? So that I
They're
can
like-
find them better.
They're, like, really tall, and they're, like, the kinds of beings you'd find and be like, oh, I ain't messing with them. I don't be stuck in an alley with those guys.
Are they-
Although one of them's a little bit more, like, what was he? He always would say posh. I didn't know what it meant, but he's, like, really, like, suave. That's what he
Rafta, are
always
they
say.
taller than me?
Yes.
Are they taller than Mark?
How tall are this? I'm gonna say yes.
Are they taller than Dewey?
No.
Are they Goliaths?
No.
So they're just really, really tall.
They look. What did they call themselves? God, I can never remember. You know my memory. It's something called a doblin.
A hobgoblin.
Yeah, that one.
That explains so fucking much.
Your family is a
The
family of hobgoblins.
reveal. The reveal. I didn't even expect this. Sorry, what, Mark?
I am confused. Your family is a family of hobgoblins.
Oh yeah, my whole tribe is a family of hobgoblins.
That is incredibly strange.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Actually, no. Rhaegar would always say, "You're strange."
That is also true.
I think this is
He'd
the
always,
most
like-
I've heard your brother's names in a month.
Oh yeah, I don't think I've ever said them. Honestly, I'm proud I remembered.
I'm proud of you too.
Thank you. Yeah, so, that's where I'm at. How have we never talked about this before?
Well, we've talked about your family, but there's always something that comes up. I don't know.
That's true.
Sienna tends to encourage bloodlust.
Yeah, that's just part of it.
Yes,
What it was made for.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
We just
I mean,
tend to
that's
get
how I was-
sidetracked.
that's how I found my family. I was like in the forest. So this is what I was told. I don't remember any of it because I was like super little bitty rabbit, I was like in the forest, and then I was like apparently like destroying this animal. I was just like bathing in its blood and guts, and then they came up behind me and they were like, "Whoa, that little dude has got to come home with us. We ain't gonna kill that one because she's got the bloodlust, man." So they took me in, and now I have a family. And they named me Rathgar, because the Wrath of the Ancients, that's what they used to say. But they spell it differently. But I don't know how to spell. Why didn't they teach me how to spell?
Yeah, they probably didn't.
Because
need
they
to.
are hobgoblins. They probably do not know how to spell.
That might be a little racist, Mark.
Well, now that you mention it, I don't ever really remember things being written around. No, that tracks.
Well, this has been a very enlightening conversation. Backstories galore today. Shall we continue on with our evening?
Sure. She finally throws the lantern up in the air and she goes, "See you guys soon."
And Mark looks at it and says, "Hopefully not too soon."
Oh, that's actually weirdly sweet.
Oh man.
So we go back and join the rest of the party.
All right, so
She holds Lenny's and Mark's
thinking-
hands on the way out.
Huh?
Oh, she just holds Lenny and Mark's hands on the way out, just skipping.
Okay. I think at this point we will do a break. Okay. I didn't actually even stop this at all, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and welcome back, everybody. All right, so all of you were on your way back to the tavern when Yeleni and Rathgar had their little reveal discussion, and you guys are reaching the Crossbones. I think it was Crossbones, something Bones Inn, and as you guys are entering, I need Rathic to give me a perception check, please.
Okay. Twelve.
As you guys are entering in, you do notice off to one side, like basically in a shadowed corner of the inn, the tavern there, you see a pile of pumpkin seeds. As you guys are entering.
A pile of pumpkin
Are we
seeds?
talking? What kind of
Here
a
we
pile
go
are we
again.
talking about?
It's like the guy that sniped.
It's like the sniper.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come on, Fokker, you're the one that found it. The original pumpkin seeds.
I'm trying to ask how well, you're saying a pile. Are we talking like a small pile, a big pile, like a couple? What are we
I don't
talking
think
about?
that matters.
It matters to me.
The bird.
Well,
It looks
this
like
pile
someone
is
has been there for a
slightly
little
bigger
bit.
than the other one, so it's definitely not
Is it like
the
by
assassin.
a chair?
It's outside.
It's outside.
The shadow of the corner.
Maybe it means the assassin was there longer.
Okay. Let me
Someone
grab. Because I think Dewey's probably the other smarter person.
I'm not even upset about that statement. I'm not even mad.
Dewey, come here.
Mark's a little offended.
Well, I didn't say that out loud, by the way.
Mark's not dumb.
I point at it.
Guys, uh-oh. You think that assassin fella's here in town?
Maybe. I mean, people eat pumpkins, but that's kind of weird that it would just be here right now, not in pumpkin season.
If I take a look, does it look like these seeds are at like some sort of vantage point? Like if I go stand on where the seeds are and look around, like do I see any? Am I looking down at open windows or up at anything significant? Like do I see somebody sitting here staking out something? Do I see anything that they might be looking at?
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. What is
Yeah.
this? That's not bad.
With my plus 50 modifier.
Plus 5. But I did roll an 18, so 23.
As you keep looking into the area, you keep trying to position yourself, in this little corner of where you think that the person was standing, where you're noticing much of the footprints are. You can see that they have a vantage point to be able to look in the tavern, but it's definitely a vantage point of watching who's entering the tavern.
So it looked like they were kind of just keeping an eye out on who's coming and going into the tavern.
Yeah.
Maybe we
Maybe
should
we
ask
should get a
if there's
guard.
any high-profile guests of any kind.
Could be, but we should get a guard and have him post up over here.
Yeah, but definitely not, what was his name? Trevor?
Yeah, no, that guard. Well, I mean, was he?
Timothy, that's right.
Oh, God.
Just out of curiosity,
Are the rest of the guards worth anything? I don't know. We should tell somebody. Well, we saw Bryce earlier. Bryce is in town.
That's it, yeah. Let's go talk to Bryce to see if he's staying here.
Do we know where he's at? Is he? Wait, I mean, maybe he's not going to be in this inn, is he?
Maybe it is.
That would
Bryce.
be convenient.
What was your question?
As, we were talking amongst ourselves about whether or not Bryce was going to be staying in the very tavern inn that we are staying in.
I gotcha.
Worth asking.
Yeah. Okay. Let me grab a couple of them seeds. I'm just taking them anyway.
Yeah, we'll head in and look for the trap.
Because I want to compare them, and then.
Have they been chewed on?
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
these are open seeds.
Who is this Bryce you speak of?
He's the captain of the grounds guard down in Oldfield. He helped me out a little bit when I first arrived in Alexandria. He's a good fella.
So we're saying he could be a target for the assassin.
Or he is the assassin.
I don't think he's the assassin, but he's definitely. He's not
He
that
seems
high
to
profile.
fit the profile
but
if you say he's a member of the guard.
He's I mean, it's certainly possible. I mean, they're a member of the guard, but they were helping us out with the last death that happened in Allfield.
Here's a question,
Well,
though.
he doesn't know about the tower incident either.
Why, if he was the target, or if he's the target now, why wouldn't he have been the target back when we originally
I don't think
met
he's
him?
the target, but I think that he should know because he was involved in the first case that we saw, the assassination. Maybe he has more information.
Yeah.
Maybe he's here because of this.
Are there any other lawbringers in the area? Because that's who they're targeting, lawbringers and people who have power in the political system.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't really have
good, I'm
political
safe.
power. They just are in charge of some guards.
Well, yes, but they've also been targeting lawbringers too.
Either way, yeah. Let's go find Bryce.
Yeah.
Good idea.
All right.
Go to the
let's
tavern. To go
go to,
after
yeah,
the
let's go to the tavern. We'll ask the
Talk to Victor.
innkeeper guy.
Okay.
Victor.
So you guys get in, and you see Victor. He's running around like crazy, trying to help serve people, trying to organize his staff, and because the tavern as you walk in is just completely crowded. You've got a large group of drunken soldiers all reminiscing about their battles and the shenanigans that they got into while in war. You've got the families that have reunited, cousins, nephews, and all that stuff. Everybody coming to meet to talk about family members that were lost. And it's pretty loud. It's a ruckus crowd in there. And you just notice Victor running all over the place.
Okay. I'm gonna just go over to Victor. Excuse me. Hello. Hi.
Yeah. What? Yes.
Hi. Yes. This is super important. Okay. Bryce Thielid. Do you know that name?
No.
Okay. Do you
That
know
was
where else
easy
I might
enough.
be able to find anybody that would be from like another inn that would be housing like a large amount of people that would be coming that were soldiers that are staying here for the festival?
No. We're the only inn.
Okay. So we don't have a guest here named Bryce Thielid.
I have not
Maybe
heard
he's
that name.
staying here under a different name. I thought I'd say this to Rathic and not Victor, because like Victor would know. Can you describe him?
He looks like a man who is a guard.
You look like a man.
Was he wearing like Crown's Guard gear, like apparel, when he was marching in the parade?
He was wearing military uniform just like the rest.
Yeah, he looks pretty much like everybody else.
And you see him starting to bounce. He's like,
Okay.
Real distinctive.
busy.
Okay.
How
Okay.
about this? Not to bank on. Anyways, I'm going to play a song. Hopefully, he sees that and recognizes it, or me, since we all know him, right? We've met him before, and maybe that will prompt him to come and say hello, and we can warn him that way.
Are you
it
saying
looks
this to the
like-
group?
Yes, to the group. Because it looks like there are a lot of people, and it's going to be hard to pick him out amongst the crowd. So maybe the better way, rather than picking him out amongst the crowd, is to let him come to us.
I'm gonna go look for him.
I have a
she just-
thought. We have a crowd, right? There's a whole crowd of people in here.
While you guys are talking, he just bolts off and he starts
Yeah.
helping other people.
Yeah. Here, give me give me some pieces. Is there like any kind of like wood or anything I can grab that there's like pieces of anything sizable? I just stuff trays.
You asking me?
Yes.
Give me. You're not going to find anything inside the tavern.
Okay.
If you want to go look outside, you can do that.
I just want to get something that's like that can make it into a sign.
Is it safe to assume that when you saw him, he was not like trying to be incognito or anything of that effect? He was out in the open. He was mourning. He was doing all the things as anyone would. So, if we yelled his name,
Can Rathgar just get on a table and look through the crowd?
Dudlock is
She can
going to
get on a table and look.
okay. See that and
Perception?
put Rathgar on
Oh yeah,
shoulders,
that's a better
which
idea.
is much higher than standing on a table.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay.
So just perception roll.
Yes.
Can I give the help action?
I was just getting ready to say disadvantage for how crowded it is, but now it'll be a regular roll.
11.
Yeah, it's extremely crowded. Lots of people moving.
Oh, that's not him. There. Oh no, that's
Is
not
there a
him.
stage?
Yes.
Okay, I get up on the stage if there's no one there.
No, there's currently in a lull of music.
Okay.
When she starts playing, I look in the crowd to see if there's any movement specifically from somebody who like recognizes her. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I play a stereotypical pa bar song to get the crowd happy.
Okay.
oh Danny boy,
It's an 18.
the pipes. What
was that?
It's an 18 performance.
18. You get to start playing, and now, especially a lot of the drunk soldiers, they are definitely joining in. They're raising their glasses. Now, Rathgar is at disadvantage because people are looking in the direction of the singer, lifting their arms and their drinks in front of everything, so faces
Am I
are
still
getting
at
covered.
normal though, since I'm on Dulaka's shoulders, or not?
No, now it's disadvantage because now
Oh, no
arms
matter
are in
what,
the
okay.
way. People are all turning in the same direction.
So we've
I
got a
get
ton of
knocked
people in
down,
there, huh?
but I get up again, and you're never gonna keep me
end
down.
of
You know what
15.
we're talking about, right?
15.
15.
Yeah.
On a disadvantage.
Nice. So you start looking around as people are singing and alcohol's flying everywhere from tankards being smashed into each other, but you do not see him in there.
At the end of the song, I say, "Thank you, you've been a wonderful audience. I'm Yeleni Leaps, and if you know me, come say hi." And she hops off stage.
Rathic was gonna say something.
All right. While they're doing this and going outside, I'm going to grab a plank of wood.
Okay.
I'm going to write magical tinker on it. Bryce Salad, come here, and then come back inside, fly up above everybody, and hold the sign.
Okay.
I look at it and go, God, I wish I could read.
I cast thaumaturgy and say, Bryce Philid, look at the sign.
This is
It's
just...
gonna be really awkward if he's not here
He's
and
not
a whole bunch
here,
of people are
yeah.
just
Well,
yelling
that's
his
what the
name.
sign.
I cast my echo in the air next to the sign, and I just point at it with the echo like this.
Oh my God.
This is like
Well, I
Looney
think
I think
Tunes.
by now he would notice.
What I think is really funny is that, you luckily did your thaumaturgy, whatever, and said his name properly since it was misspelled by Rathic, typically, because you said Bryce Fallid.
Oh, well,
Like you're a rice salad.
because I have a THELID right now. I was just Bryce Salad. But then I'm
But you guys,
ill, so
you get this going. You when Hellenic does what he does, it startles a lot of people. They kind of duck and look around. You've got others that are completely ignoring it because they're just drunk out of their minds, and nobody shows up.
I would say he's not here.
Okay.
Perhaps he's in the barracks.
Okay. I'm gonna fly
Place to
that
look.
Okay.
with my sign.
You're gonna do what?
I'm going to fly towards the barracks with the sign.
As he's doing that, are there any? I mean, I know this place is full of guards. Is there anybody who seems like they're actually like working?
Yeah, you see a few that are standing around, especially that are trying to make sure that there's no drunkards that are out there breaking things and causing more of a ruckus than they should. You know, rather than just being boisterous, that they're starting to tear things up.
I'm gonna wander over to one of them with a Wrathgar likely on my shoulders.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I had something too when you're done.
Okay, and just go. Yeah, I'll like bend down to their level. Yeah, I don't mean to cause any alarm, but there's somebody who, well, we have some suspicion that somebody might be trying to keep an eye on the tavern, looking for some kind of person of import or anything like that. So, they were, if it's the person we think it was, they were a pretty good shot. So, if you could just keep an extra eye out and just make sure if there's any significant leaders coming through the tavern that they stay away from the windows.
Oh, right, sir. Right, sir.
All right, thank you.
Typical night. Hippopotamus conspiracy theorist.
You actually beat me to the punch. I was going to have him talking to the other guard doing that.
Well, I can be the other guard for you.
While all this is happening, Rathgar's gonna try to take a look at the crowd and see if there's anybody that's acting, like, odd. Like, somebody who is looking at the sign, looking at, like, Bryce's name, listening to Lenny be like, if you know us, come say hi, you know, all that stuff, and just seeing if there's anyone in the crowd that's, like, really on edge, trying to, like, keep an eye on stuff. Somebody,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Help action.
regular roll?
Just regular roll this time.
Okay,
Help
perception.
action. I want to help her look.
Well,
Okay.
it's still very crowded, so it'll be a regular.
Fine.
12.
Guidance.
Okay.
Oh, guidance?
Sure, why not?
Yeah? 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 Wait, I don't have a D4 with me.
Touch Wrathgar. Say a little prayer.
Let me say a little prayer for you. Where the fuck is my D4? I have a whole fucking thing. Here's one. Okay. Oh. 16.
16. You look, and you get a pretty good beat on everybody that's in there. You know, it's like mentally in your head, you're almost, taking pictures of everybody in there, trying to see who it is. You put your hands up like this, and you're looking around, trying to make sure you see who's what. And you see everybody's faces pretty good, and you don't see him.
Well, I mean, like somebody suspicious.
You
Like
don't notice anybody suspicious doing anything
Don't
like
be
that.
suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, yep.
Okay, so now what?
Did I make it to the barracks?
That's as far as I got.
This place does not have a barracks.
Fuck.
What does the town have?
This town has.
It's got an obelisk. That's all we know. An obelisk and an inn. And a
You've
graveyard.
got the Hollow Chapel, which is where you guys were at with Sister Vale.
Yes.
You got the Crossbones Inn. You've got the Verdant Vale Market. You have the Briar and Bone Apothecary. And then your locations that were out there were the Weeping Hollow, the Blooming Graves, the Whispering Thicket, Old Piper's Bridge, and that was it.
And this inn is the only inn. Is it also the only tavern?
Yes.
Okay. So it's the only place in town right now that's booming.
Yes, the only place
Okay.
that's hopping right now.
Okay. Yes.
Can you do that weird voice thing if we go outside and you just yell to the town and just go, Bryce? You know what I mean?
The problem with that is if the assassin is also out here, it may not be good to call attention.
But we aren't calling the assassin, so won't he just ignore that?
Understood, but if we call attention and Bryce does poke his head out,
Well, can you
do a little
be like,
investigation.
Bryce, meet us here at 2:00?
We don't really have time for this. If there's an assassin, we need to figure out who it is and take care of it.
Let's investigate before we go.
Well, then can you call the
I
assassin,
say this
maybe?
as Rathik is flying up above with his sign with the misspelled name.
Hey,
Can you call to the assassin?
I'm trying.
Maybe? No?
Mark.
Perhaps?
Yes.
Hey, you know a little bit more about that kind of parade and stuff that was going on. Other than coming to celebrate, do you know any spots that either former or current soldiers would either be interested in either paying respects, catching up, anything aside from the tavern in this town?
DM, would I know? Do I need to do a history check or anything?
No, you don't know.
Okay.
This was
going
your
to be
first
hit
time
and
coming
miss.
back here to understand the celebrations, or not celebrations, but memorial of what they were doing for the war.
All right.
Fair
well,
enough.
I'm going to go check out the Verdant Vale, the market. If anyone would like to join me, that would be peachy. However, if not, I also understand. We
I'm
need
gonna-
to-
I'm going to the church.
Before I commit to where I'm going, I'm just going to, go out kind of in the town square where I can kind of see most of the establishments and just do a slow 360, see if I can see any kind of activity, any kind of movement. Did they point out to us this person when they said, "Hey, look, it's Bryce"? Would I have seen him while he was in the parade?
No,
So I don't really know what
Yeah.
I'm looking for.
no.
I'm going.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
I'm just
I
gonna look
super
around and
can't
see
help.
if I see anything suspicious.
I'll go with you to the market, Lenny.
Thank you.
I'll,
And
Mhm.
Rathik.
Ah,
I will accompany you to the church, Rathik.
okay.
I'll
think
go with
I'm
you as
gonna-
well.
stay here and keep an eye on, make sure, in case either they come back or I see whatever it is, assassin fellas. I'll go hang out on the roof and keep an eye.
I will stay
I make
with Dulaka.
grabby arms at Lenny to take me off of Dewey's shoulders.
And, yeah.
She goes, wee!
I'm gonna climb up onto the roof
Okay.
and sort of.
I hope it doesn't cave
Break
in.
the. Yeah.
It's not a fat joke, I promise. It's just a hippo
So
joke.
yeah. So as we
more man
as-
than hippo. Just I feel like I should reiterate that.
Hippo.
Okay, now I feel bad.
from the waist down.
You know. He was more mad.
Yeah, so he's top heavy.
You should see.
So yeah, as everyone disperses, Kellen's going to take his detailed look around town just to see if anything stands out to him as suspicious or movement in the dark or anything to that effect.
Okay.
And then he'll go join Dulaka. Maybe not on the roof, but below the building, kind of within earshot.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a investigation.
Investigation. Of course it's investigation. Yeah, that's a 3. I see nothing.
Okay.
It's just a Michael
You
Bay.
see, as you go through
There.
the town and stuff, as you're going around the square, around the circle, square, whatever you want to call it, around where the obelisk was, you see the little alleyways between a couple of the smaller mom and pop shops that just have little, had their little carts and fruits and veggies and stuff like that. You see in these little alleys, you do see some people hanging out in these things. Some of them, you do notice in one alley that there's a couple of people in there that there's like 3 of them that looks like teenagery aged people, clearly smoking some weed stuff and
If
trying to
tonight
stay
will
hidden
be
from
the
everybody.
night that I will fall for you.
Over
Again. Sorry, I just picture them as emos. I don't know why. It's just
But outside of that, you don't see much
Emo
else.
elves.
I'm so sorry. That was
Teens doing teen stuff.
Yeah.
wearing Hot Topic,
Spencer's.
Studded belt.
So outside of that,
Eddie's
nothing.
shoes.
You
Okay.
just go
I
and
look
join
around.
Dulaka.
I keep going back to the obelisk going, Rathuk was right. There are a lot of A's on this thing. And I just saunter back over where Dewey is. I give him, the high sign as I see him on the roof, perching giantly but inconspicuously.
Yeah,
like
I guess.
Batman on top of the roof.
Can I make a stealth check and see how?
How hidden you are.
Anyone who looks up can just go like, oh, okay.
19.
19.
Wow.
He's stealthy.
He's
he's
flat on the
he's
roof.
I
hiding in the shadows very well. You just, if you're really good at your perception, you might see the ears doing the.
He's hiding behind the hippo-shaped weather vane that's up there, so it just blends in. I also stealth into the shadows underneath where he is. So that's better. All right, that's a 21.
Okay, so you both are shadowed now.
I just imagine Rathgar holding on to Lenny's hand when they're heading towards the market, and she's just singing, "And tonight will be the night that I will fall for you over again. Just make me change my mind."
Tommy, maybe we should leave the singing to me.
Oh, okay.
The whole
I'm
podcast
trying.
becomes emo covers.
Okay, so now we're on to Yeleni and Rathgar. As you enter into
She has one ear over her face like this.
like a set of bangs.
Be all right. If I could just crash here tonight.
Don't understand, Yeleni.
You just don't get me, Lenny.
It's not a phase.
I don't fit in with my hobgoblin brothers.
I'm too cool for them. They just don't get it.
It's not a phase.
This is who I am inside, Lenny.
Oh my god.
Oh dear lord.
Okay.
Maybe if we put on YouTube, we don't want to get the.
Yeah, we don't want to
Turn it off!
Yeah, I know. Okay. I just wanted to get to the. I just wanted to get to the hook.
Yeah, because we're definitely monetized.
Yeah.
Someday.
This will be
Someday.
the video.
It'll come back.
This will be the video they pull from the archives later when they're famous. Hey. These
'Cause, I mean,
creatives.
They had to start somewhere, right? They'll go back and watch the originals. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
These creatives
So anyway,
stole
we're
from
heading to
another
the
artist.
market.
So we're D&Ding, right?
I would
Yeah.
like to,
D&D.
yeah.
ADHD&D.
At some
really.
point.
Still
go to
waiting
the
for whatever
market.
Yeleni and Rathgar are doing.
Yeah, what are we doing,
You,
Lenny?
you were
I'm holding your
saying
hand.
before Rathgar was talking about the ear in front of her eye that we were entering the market and...
I think that's it.
And that was it. You enter
there
into
wasn't
the...
like a... And you see, stalls of people selling their ware. Can you describe the environment for me?
Jeez. So needy. Yes, you
I
walk
think she just
in.
wants you to be a DM.
You walk in, and you do see behind the counter, trying to arrange some of the different herbs that they have. You see a lot of shelves with some rare herbs, enchanted goods. You see, you do see inside, off to the side, that there is a couple other people working at some desks. There's what looks to be an herbalist. You've got one person that's got their test tubes and the what are those
Beakers.
other beakers where they're trying to work on stuff. You've got an alchemist there. You've got another one that's going through some books. They have the herbs or ingredients of stuff all combining together while they're reading something out of a book. And you see that there's a lot of like different glowing mushrooms, enchanted teas, a lot of different flora that's around in the place. So yeah. And you see the main person is a half elf that's working at the counter, readjusting some of the herbs and separating herbs into packets.
I put Rathgar on my shoulders. Do you see him?
Oh, let me look. Is it disadvantaged still or not? Because it's the market.
Oh, no. You'll have advantage in here. There's not that many people in here.
Advantage? Oh, good, because I rolled a 2. 21.
21? You don't see him in
You
here.
don't see him. Yeah, okay. You could have just said, don't bother rolling.
You know, I want to give you a little bit of hope.
Okay.
Do you think there's time to look at the enchanted teas?
Tease. Why not? We don't see him. I just did my job. I don't see him.
It's
so,
true.
yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't be taking advice from the bunny.
Oh, I give
Oh,
great
what the
advice.
heck?
No one listens to me, that's all.
Let's take a look at the enchanted teas.
Okay. As you start looking at all these different ones, you could see that the shop owner walks up. Yes. Hello. How can I help you?
Yes, I am quite the tea sommelier, for lack of other term.
Sommelier.
I was wondering
Does
if
it
I
have an A in
could peruse your specifically your teas, your enchanted ones, I believe.
Is there a particular one that you're looking for?
No, I think I'm more interested in the effects than in anything particular.
Particular.
Actually, could you? She pulls out her satchel and takes out one of the. What's it here? Hang on, it's in my inventory. Takes out one of the herbs of excitement. And she.
Excitement.
Do you have any knowledge as to a bit more information as to what this would do? I understand it's supposed to help you feel excited, but that term could be interpreted quite a different manner of ways. So, if you have any insight or any further knowledge.
Wait, I don't get that. What do you mean?
Well, there are many different ways to be excited, aren't there?
No.
Well, when you.
Well, I can tell you that
Thank
the
you.
herb of excitement is. It's a wonderful thing, you know. If you serve it just right, it does cause to be. If someone is upset or a little distraught, you can give them some of this. If it's mixed properly, that they would have a little bit of excitement to come out of where they're feeling. They might present a mood of happiness, so to speak. However, if you do mix it incorrectly,
You can kill them?
the amount of happiness, shall we call it, it might be a little more than what you wanted.
Oh. So no
Oh.
death.
I
If it
certainly
lasts for
hope
more
not
than
that.
4 hours, see your doctor.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Do you know if there are any teas that you have that could complement maybe the herb of excitement that you could pair with for like a flight of teas?
To do what exactly?
Oh, just for imbibement. You know, people have flights of drinks all the time. Tea is not exempt from that.
For a boring Saturday.
To make them more excited, you mean?
Well,
Or
sure.
a little more exciting, do you mean?
Or you know, if there are any other pleasurable emotions one might have.
Oh.
Maybe not excitement, but euphoria or
Do you mean to make the, lack of better words, experience last a little longer?
sure,
More pleasurable during? Is that what you mean?
sure. I'm getting rather uncomfortable.
What is he talking about, Lenny?
I don't even know anymore.
Well, I don't know the direction that you're trying to go.
I was just hoping you could maybe recommend some other idea. You know how if you would go to a tavern and they would give you a flight of drinks, right? They generally tend to work together or to complement each other. I would like to do something similar with tea and.
I see. Okay, well, so we do have this blue mushroom that does cause a bit of longevity in that case. If you are going down that avenue of, you know, the bedroom for, you know, let's just keep it out there, right? It's this blue mushroom that you pour your tea over it and let it sit for a bit, and oh, it can cause quite a stir. But outside of that, we do have now I have this green mushroom that it tends to cause a person to have more of happy dreams, shall we say, when they drink of it, that if they are depressed, if they are upset, that they drink this tea, and you will have your happy thoughts all through your dreams. No bad dreams, no sadness, no, thinking of bad. Especially around here, we use a lot of these green mushrooms. But now there is this purple one that if you add this to this tea and steep it just right, you will have, well, it causes the person to think more clearly, think more slowly, possibly cause them to think more logically. They become excited, happy. They will then tend to think, I guess, for lack of anything, it takes the fear away from someone. So, you could be excited, but also be afraid. And if you take this with the tea, it will make you excited, happy, and it will take away your fear.
Oh, I don't have that problem.
It's a cocktail for mania. I actually kind of like that. How much for each?
Oh, well, with that, I think I have a few packets left. I would say it's roughly about a gold apiece.
For the purple, the blue, and the green?
Oh, no. That's for the purple.
Oh.
The blue, the way that people want to use this, I would say that would probably go around 10 gold, just for one packet. Single use, shall we say? I mean, if you sip it a little bit and make it last a little longer.
In more ways than one.
Oh, yes.
And
You get me.
and the green.
I'm sorry.
And the green.
And for the green. The green is only about 3.
Oh, all right. So I appreciate the blue. I have no use for that myself.
No, I could tell. You don't have to.
I don't have
don't
much
get
trouble
it.
there. The green and the blue, however, I am quite intrigued, and I will take 5 of each.
Oh,
It's not
splendid.
that many.
Wow.
I wouldn't want to assume.
No, I have plenty. Nigel,
have
bring us some greens, some purples.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you have anything that'll help me read?
Well, I suppose we could work on something. Some sort of enchantment, possibly?
So is that a no? Damn
Well,
it.
not at the moment,
Old-fashioned
no.
way. Okay. I'm good.
Okay. They bring you back. They bring you the packets and hand those over. It was a pleasure doing business with you.
So that was 3 times 5, and the other one was the purple was 1 gold.
1
piece?
gold.
25 to
So that's
20?
20 gold pieces. Correct?
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you. I'm really excited. Shall we?
Yeah. She's still on your shoulders.
Oh, right. Sorry. Thank you and good day.
Bye.
Oh, and if by any chance you happen to see a rather tall man, his name is Lawmaster Bryce. If you see him, could you tell him to find me at the inn?
Is he the one that you are trying to get the blue
Oh,
pill
of
for?
course. No, but
No, of course not, no. But I'll keep a lookout. I mean, there are plenty of splendid tall men around here.
Oh, no, she has a boyfriend.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Mine is far from here, but I'm saving it for just the right.
But I
moment.
guess what he doesn't know won't hurt him.
No. What he doesn't
Oh, I'm
know.
starting to like the bunny.
See, this is giving me stomach aches. Let's go now.
Oh, do they have a tea for that? Probably, right?
I actually have one back at the inn.
Splendid.
Thank you and good night.
Ta-ta.
Okay, bye. Well, that was fun, Lenny.
For you.
I don't know half the stuff he was talking about with the bedroom. That was confusing.
Well, that's okay. You really don't need to know.
Okay.
Maybe one day when you're older. It's
I
24-year-old
am older.
bunny.
I don't act like it, but I am older.
Well-
I'm just kind of dumb. It makes me seem young.
Dear, the day that I give you the birds and the bees talk is not today.
What do birds and bees have to do with the bedroom?
That is a great question.
You're letting birds and bees into your bedroom?
Well, in a manner of speaking. I will.
Wait.
We'll discuss this later. All right.
I'm so confused.
We need to find the assassin. We've already
And
been
now
off
we
track
cut
with
to the
town.
hollowed chapel.
Thank
Oh
you.
yeah, the assassin.
The year 2047.
4 hours later.
Oh, that was good.
565,600
men.
Okay. So we're at the chapel.
Going to
At the chapel. What time is it?
Going
It's like around 6-ish.
Okay. Is anybody there, or
Yeah. The chapel's always open.
is there anybody besides the clergy there?
You don't see any other people. You do see Mwilla sitting there in the front there. She's the main person that you'll see anytime you walk into the chapel.
Okay.
There's a few people that are in there that are in some of the pews and or some of the benches that are praying or lighting candles or doing whatever.
Okay. I'm gonna go to Willa.
Okay. Oh, hello.
Hello. Hey, we've got something important going on. You wouldn't happen to know Bryce Thielid, would you?
No, I don't know him. Should I?
I don't know. Maybe he's from Allfield.
I've pretty much lived here at the chapel my whole life.
Do you know if the sister might know him?
Maybe, but I don't know how much travel she's done as well.
Do you mind?
Do you want me to
if
go
we,
get her?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Okay. She walks off. Takes about a couple minutes. Then the two of them come back together. Yes. Can I help you?
Hello. We're actually looking for someone. His name is Bryce Thielid. You wouldn't happen to know him, would you?
I've not heard of the name.
He
He's
is a
from
lawbringer.
Yeah, he's a lawbringer from Allfield, and basically we're trying to find him. We saw him earlier in the parade. We're not quite sure where he might have gotten to.
He did.
Unless he's a religious person that would end up coming into the chapel, I would not have seen them.
Do you know where, aside from the inn, where in town he might be?
If I don't know him, how would I know? Most people that come here for the celebrations are here at the tavern, and they're celebrating and memorializing and being drunk out of their minds in ill repute. But I digress.
Ill repute,
It's a
indeed.
celebration. But how would I know them unless they come in here? And you already said that he's from Allfield. This is Eurosa.
I know. I was just trying to see, because he's a public figure.
Well,
maybe
we
we
don't
will.
know all the public figures, do we?
No, I don't imagine you would know all of the public figures. Just thought I'd ask.
Do you know Percy de Rollo?
Why, yes, I do.
Do you?
Do I?
Roll a history.
I will. And I'm going to guidance myself, too.
Do I?
You know what made that so good? I could see his whole beak turning like in my mind's eye.
Yeah.
Like the beak just kind of go.
So that would be, where is it?
Natural one. Oh, one on the floor.
That would be a
So,
23.
23.
23. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I do
Do
know.
I?
Okay, well, that was just a bad example, because of course you know him. He's a public figure.
Graphic moonwalk.
A major public figure of Whitestone.
Oh, shit.
Now you know.
No, I don't know who this Bryce Field is.
Okay.
Oh, that's
All right,
funny.
that's fine. Shucks. Well, we're just worried about some nonsense that's happening, and we want to make sure that he's safe and everyone else is safe. So
There may be an assassin.
I didn't. Well,
Whoa. Whoa.
Where did Mark come
assassin.
from?
not trying to worry everybody.
We
That
should
is why we seek the law
probably
for you.
alert the guards here, huh? Who are they
Well-
after?
What? That's the question. They've been killing important people around the area, and we wonder if Bryce might be next, or someone else in the town. But we didn't want to incite a panic during the festival.
Have you
And
gone to
I'm
the
not-
tavern and tried looking for him there? Maybe calling out?
We did.
Maybe trying to get his attention somehow?
Well, I thought that
Holding a
maybe
sign?
like a big sign would work, but it did not. So no, we haven't been able to find him there. I think some others are looking in other places like the market. But I'm trying to think of what else we can do.
I wish I could help you better, but unless they come into the chapel, I don't know.
Okay. Well,
Friar
if you
Willow.
happen- Oh, go ahead.
I have
Yes?
a question for you. Is this place where you worship your gods?
Well, don't most people worship in a chapel?
I do not know. Warforged do not worship gods. Is this where you worship your god?
Yes.
Do the gods answer you?
Sometimes.
What happens when they do not answer you?
I just keep praying until they do.
That seems highly inefficient.
Sometimes just the no non-answer means no.
That seems highly inefficient. The god should just say no if the answer is no.
Roll a persuasion check.
She's gonna give up.
He's gonna make her lose her religion.
Oh my god. She's gonna join us.
Lie! It's a lie.
Extra, what is it, existential crisis for this lady?
I rolled a 4.
Oh, shit, she is gonna become an atheist.
Nice job,
and
Mike.
we love her.
So you see this look on her face as you say that, and she's literally got the buffering symbol rotating around right now, and she
turned around.
kind of looks over at Sister Vale and kind of squints her eyes for a second, and Sister Vale's, don't you listen to him, don't you listen to that heathen. And then Mwilla, she sits for a second, looks back at Mark, looks back at Sister Vale. She takes her little piece off, and she just walks out of the chapel.
Broke her!
Oh my god, can
Mark-
she join our party and become a badass, like, bloodthirsty barbarian like me?
Mark,
She's just
go
on a
stop her. Can you guys
rampage now?
go stop
You
her?
just dissolved this woman's entire
Wow.
world
Oh
view.
my god.
How do you feel about yourself now?
Go stop
She
her,
should become
please.
a warlock and join our group.
Yeah.
Sell her soul to a demon.
Wait, where is she going?
She's gonna go work
She
for
left.
Kinnick now. Nice job.
Nice job.
I'm,
I
love
swear
you.
we're gonna see her in the big boss battle.
And
Be like, you
No,
recognize
it's
this
gonna
point-
be good.
Sister Vale is just looking at you guys and just points to the door
Run,
and says to get
run,
out.
get out of there now.
I didn't do it.
Oh man.
good day, ma'am.
Go find Willa, have her join our group.
Amazing.
Oh, fuck.
Maybe Yeleni should give her the little green pill now.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
man.
Grab her little habit thing and bring it with us.
Okay, so you guys all left.
Yeah,
We kind of have to.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go find her.
Damn. We just find
You
her
see her.
drunk in a
You see
bar.
her a little bit of a distance. She's kind of in a light jog, but you do hear a little bit of sobbing as she's running.
Oh lord.
No, not that.
Oh science.
corner losing my religion.
That's me in the corner.
Oh my god.
Careful, copyright.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
This poor woman was just
Okay,
like,
so
she
what
just
do you
deconstructed
all
her
do?
whole belief system in a matter
Oh,
of
man.
moments.
Can I catch up to her and just, hey, that was crazy. You didn't even believe all what's going on there. I'm not the most charismatic person.
But yes, I guess he made a good point. I guess.
Oh my god.
Well, if you're not gonna listen, it's not like I dig in on the religion thing either. But if you're not gonna go do that, where are you gonna go? You can't just jog off into the night.
She's gonna
Just gonna
become
go
a lady of
home.
the night. Oh no.
Okay.
And she just turns and she leaves. She just runs.
No. Someone save her from herself.
Well, anyway,
See, the problem is that we're the ones turning people emo.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, she just goes and runs and finds those teenagers.
As
Oh,
Rathix
man.
runs after her, I look over at Mark and I say, "You're right. The gods are inefficient." Whoa.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we should go help him out.
Oh,
Yami, that is
Yeah.
remarkably logical of you.
What is?
Your observation that the gods are inefficient.
That was your observation. That wasn't my observation.
oh my
That
god.
is correct.
He possessed.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go help Rathig out. Do you know?
Indeed.
Do you have any knowledge about different animals in forests? I'd like to figure out what I can do with these dragon teeth.
I have many things that I am aware of, but I am not aware of what to do with crafting.
Okay, I'd love to find some books sometime. Let's go. Let's go help Rathig out.
Yes.
during
all.
all of this,
That's all.
as I'm watching over the tavern, do I see? Well, one, from my vantage point, I'm kind of just keeping an eye out both for Bryce or anyone that, like, any groups that look like they're like, do I see anybody like actually like leaving the town, considering there's the celebration still going on? And then also just keeping an eye on people going out of the tavern. Do I see anybody of import or suspicion?
You do see like little sparse groups of people that, I mean, they just look like they're just done celebrating. The only suspicious thing that you see is that there is this girl that's running down the street with 4 people chasing her. Rathik, Mark, Yami, and Kelenic are chasing this girl who is crying,
wasn't with
running
them.
down the
I'm in the
street.
shadows.
Pull out my pistol.
Not a good look
back
for
away.
us.
Pretty much the only suspicious thing you see so far.
That's
Hey,
fucking
boy.
crazy.
Just keep looking out.
Just up there going,
No, I don't think I do that. I just go,
I wonder what they're doing.
yeah, just like, hey, you're doing
Bar for
something.
the course.
Yeah.
I don't know what bar means, but it.
Okay, so there's nothing else happening for the rest of the evening. You just see more and
I
more
think-
people are leaving. The tavern is emptying out. It's very late at night right now. I'd say I probably hit it in almost midnight, maybe a little after. Just trickles of maybe a handful of people still left in there, mostly drunk soldiers passed out on their tables. Go ahead.
Sorry, one more question. So, this is like, there are a bunch of people from out of town that came in for this festival, right?
Yes.
And this tavern is the only place to stay in town.
There is, however, there are people that have built, because these are all old soldiers, that have their own tents and things that they have put up outside of town.
Ah,
Okay.
Well, you
Seeing
never
that.
said that.
oh
Would've went
my
there.
Never
god.
to know.
Yes, sir.
asked.
I looked down at my notes and was like, oh, I never said
He
this.
was telling us all the places in the town, but he only told us what was in the town.
yeah. I was like, hang
You
on,
didn't
there's
ask what
math
out of
here
the
that's
town.
not quite.
Math ain't mathin'.
Seeing that, I think if I see the friends coming back to the tavern, I think I might just go, hey gang, did you guys check out the the sort of impromptu barracks, the tents and stuff that the soldiers are kind of setting up just outside of town?
Oh,
You guys check that out, right?
I did not
If
even know
only
that
we
that
had
was a
known
thing.
about this a couple
Well,
hours
that's
ago. That would have
crazy,
been
guy.
quite
That is
helpful.
it's crazy how that just sprung up out of nowhere.
My
We
bad,
should go
everybody.
check
Like
that out.
mushroom.
Bad DM.
One quick check, and then we'll
Bad DM.
turn in.
No, it's fun. Lenny got her tea, and Mark got to cause an existential crisis to a nun. So,
I'm gonna
Crisis
go
of
out
faith.
there
yeah.
Okay.
Things.
and I'm gonna do a hard investigation.
Okay.
I'll go out.
I would like to assist in the investigation of.
Got it.
And I will
I'm
like
going
to-
wherever Lenny's going because I'm on her shoulder still.
Well, I can take you off if you want.
Oh, no, she's fine. She's happy where she is.
You're not a
will-
light little
How
bunny.
late is it?
Strength is
Oh,
not
thanks.
People
my
sleep.
Like
number
just past
one.
midnight.
It's roughly now, around 12. People are
Ah,
sleeping.
So using thaumaturgy to wake people up probably wouldn't be a good idea. Got it.
Not unless you want to piss a bunch of people off.
You still got stragglers that are, around a little campfire or whatever.
My little
Yeah.
sign.
Sparse.
Go up to the campfire.
Got my little sign here. Bryce, see, look.
They don't know him.
Okay. I'm gonna go to every person that's awake.
Yeah, you see
Okay.
anybody from Allfield?
I'm from Allfield.
Hey, Charlie, you know him?
Oh wait,
You know
you're not
this guy
talking to
from
me.
Oi?
Charlie, does Charlie know?
No, sorry.
Okay. Do you know anybody who might be from Allfield? Anybody?
I don't know. There was this bloke that was down a bit. I think you need to go like 5 tent rows over, about 10 deep. I think he was from around there, but I don't know.
I fly over top of all of it and immediately go to that spot.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep. We all take off for it.
You got Dewey that sees him just, and he's like,
I'm not waiting.
I got a movement speed of 40 though, so I'm pretty quick.
so you fly over in the general area that he was talking about. Go ahead and give me an investigation.
Sure. I'm going to guidance myself for this one.
I was going to
Okay.
try to. I don't know if I'm able to assist anymore.
You would do your own investigation, I suppose.
Yeah, I'll do my own
Graphic's
investigation.
like, I
since I'm
got
not-
this shit myself. I don't need no help.
Well,
Gotta
I'll
find the damn
investigate as
thing.
well.
Hang on. There it is.
It's a 15 from me.
15.
Come on, let me click.
Sure. I'll
There it is.
investigate. I'm there.
Unless you let me
Sweet.
do
12.
acrobatics instead.
12. 16 plus
Unless I'll guidance myself.
18.
I don't
And
need to.
and did you already add your guidance?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys notice in this general area that there are probably about 3, they're not right next to each other, but about 3 spots where tents were that are no longer there. And on one of them, you had an 18, Rathic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And on one of those, you also see some pumpkin seeds.
Son of a bitch.
I fucking knew it.
So he was here, or
Oh, he was there, or Bryce is the one.
well, Bryce is here somewhere, or it is Bryce.
That's what she
Could
just
be,
said. Yes.
Quite a dagger there. I mean, they were very kind and helpful to me. I think it probably not them, but there seems to be a lot more kind of betrayal stuff here on the material plane that it kind of throws me for a doozy, if I'm being honest.
Potentially an assassin's best hiding place is in plain sight. It appears as though one of 2 things happened. Either this Bryce is the assassin, or the assassin got to Bryce before we got here.
I mean,
But
there were
would
a
the
couple of
assassin
other
leave
tents.
pumpkin seeds on the space that
If he's
Bryce was in?
stupid, then yes.
I mean, there
So
are
I
3
think
tents.
it's more likely that Bryce could be the culprit. Or at least know something, have been there at the assassination attempt.
I'm gonna
Sorry,
wake
to
up the
clarify, there were
people.
a few tents that seem to have been vacated, right?
There were
Yes.
3.
Not just so. It's
And the one where the pumpkin seeds are at, probably not taken down as neatly. The ground is much more disheveled.
I'm gonna wake up the people in the immediate area. and ask them about it.
Oh, who's outside my tent?
Hey, sorry, we're trying to do an investigation about a very serious matter involving murder, and we need to know who was in the tent next to you.
Murder? Yeah, I don't know nothing about no murder. Why are you waking me up so late?
Because I need to know who was next to you in this tent. It's important. It's a matter of life and death.
I don't know. We're all spread out over, I don't know, people. Who are you?
Me, I'm an investigator.
At this point in time, I'm just gonna walk up directly behind Rathic and just stand very tall and probably block out the moonlight with my shadow.
And
He
Mark's
kinda-
gonna do the same.
He tries to look up, but he's clearly off balance. And by tilting his head up like this, it's really got him jacked up. And he throws up on Rathic's shoes.
Oh.
Does he get a deck save?
I'll let him do that.
Cartwheels
Here
out of
we
the way.
go.
Wait, does Rathic have shoes? He's an owl.
They have
point.
boots. They
throw
are
up on his-
anthropomorphic
on his
except
claws,
for their
though.
wings. They have hands and feet like normal humans.
Maybe Rathic gets to take some air before
That's
the.
crazy.
What'd you roll?
I'd love
I'm
to
rolling
see
it right now.
Rathic
14.
flying around with a pair of
14?
combat boots.
Yeah, for real.
So you notice him kind of, his head is going kind of wonky, and you back up right as bleh, lets it out all over the ground.
Thanks for that.
Nasty.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know what you're looking for.
Okay, you don't know.
Yeleni takes out one of her purple mushrooms,
Oh god.
pours it over the water, or pours some water over it, and hands it to him and says, "This may help you think a bit clearer."
Brilliant.
Takes a sip of that. Oh, gods! What's in this?
Well, it's
got
not
shite in
alcohol,
this.
For one,
Not that we know of.
it's not going to get you drunk.
There's no alcohol in it, friend. That's probably a problem.
I'm pretty sure
I'm
there's no
liking
poop
my
either.
drunk. I like what's been going on tonight.
We need your help.
I don't think he can help
Fucking
us.
hell.
Just give a description or anything about the person in the tent next to you. They were next to you.
All right, can I go back to sleep if I do?
Yes.
Fine.
We are a really shitty group of people. We know that, right?
I heard a bit of a ruckus. I don't know. I just thought it was two blokes wrestling about. I didn't care. I was drunk. I did my time of partying. You just, can I go back to sleep now?
Why didn't you tell us this from the beginning? We would have been gone so long ago.
I don't know. I guess since drinking this shite tea, things came to me.
So
Oh, Lenny,
you
it
know there were
worked.
two guys, the two youths that were next to you.
2 youths.
Yeah.
What's a ute?
Did you happen to see them? Did you catch a name? Did you get anything like that?
Oh, I don't care what these fuckers are doing around here.
Did,
Party the way you want to, right?
did one of them have kind of like a little bit longer than shoulder length hair? It was kind of blondish. And I'm assuming, if I'm describing Bryce correctly, I'm trying to describe Bryce.
Yeah.
I think you know him better than the DM does.
I mean, I guess that guy was.
What about the other guy?
I didn't see the other two. This bloke I talked to for a minute, and I went to sleep.
Did you hear what they were arguing about?
He's mostly grunting. It sounded a bit like he was muffled.
Muffled? Maybe someone was
yeah.
I'm
covering
gonna
them
do.
up?
Covered up the mouth, you know. You know, you get it.
Oh, no.
And you just thought
And
people
you
were
didn't
wrestling
think
and
this
having
was-
fun?
You're
No,
right.
Important
wasn't
enough to
talking
tell
about
some-
that kind of wrestling.
All right. How long ago did you leave? When did they last? When were they last here?
I don't know. Maybe an hour?
Fuck.
Well, thank you. I'll turn to the group. Hey,
Can we look to see what direction the maybe footprints might have gone, knowing that there's probably a lot of traffic here?
You can try.
So we're all in agreement Bryce is fucked, right?
He's been, seems like he's been kidnapped.
Nope. I see
I
nothing.
heard something about a blue mushroom. No, kidding.
Think you're so
Can I do it?
funny.
I want to go grab some of the pumpkin seeds from that area, and I want to do a better check on that dirt
Don't lick them.
if I'm allowed.
Yeleni puts a hand on the drunk guy's shoulder and says, "I apologize that we disturbed your sleep. Please feel free to go back to sleep if you should need, and thank you for your help. We do appreciate it."
He drops his head literally right where he's at, and he's now muffled by the ground, and all you hear is, "Oh, fuck off." He goes back to
Snoring
sleep.
in his own vomit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you fall in his vomit puddle?
Gross.
Am I allowed to try another investigation of the spot where the seeds were?
Yeah.
All right.
What are you looking for?
Anything that might have indicated some actual violence and not just wrestling. No, probably not.
A 12.
Yeah.
No, you do see a lot of
Sorry.
you guys are messing me up.
Oh, it's just the song stuck in my head.
You see a lot of what appeared to be a huge scuffle that was there. And you guys can't really tell by all the traffic that's been through there what is them coming, going, whatever.
All right. And we don't know what direction they went.
Do I have keen rabbit sense? I feel like I should have a good nose. But let's be honest, I can't even see in the dark.
I feel like you've said before that you're frustrated because it doesn't make sense with a
Yeah,
lot
what
of
the
rabbits.
fuck, man? She's a goddamn animal.
A lot of us are, darling.
Yeah, but why? Oh my god, Mike.
Okay, so what do you guys do now?
I don't think we have... We just gotta keep doing our thing.
I think that there's a pretty good chance that Bryce might have been kidnapped, and if it's only been an hour, I mean, can any of you see? You're not able to look
I
very
can
well
see.
like that. It's only been an hour. If they're dragging someone along, I feel like we could probably catch up to them if we could find the right direction. And I don't know. I'm not the best tracker, but if any of you are good at tracking, I mean, we might be able to catch up. Potentially save Bryce from being kidnapped. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, what about the
poor
graves?
Callum. You're gonna wake up in the morning looking
Oh
for
no!
us.
I wonder if he brought him over to the gravesite.
Is Callum the killer? Just...
I'm gonna fly up
No.
higher to see if I could see anything like a torch or any type of thing that would indicate somebody around there. But I'm gonna head towards the graves, the gravesite area.
Okay, towards the yew tree, the big one.
Yeah, the U.
So you get up into the air and you're looking around. You see typical torch lights, but you also see scattered throughout. You do see it's not just one. You see several different torch lights that are off in different directions, seemingly that possibly people that are leaving and not staying for the second day.
Well, I don't know if this would be overstepping, but I'd like to take a look around and see, looking specific, like, do a little bit of a wider radius search. I also have 120 feet of dark vision, and try and look for any kind of tracks that are not footprints, but like drag marks, like somebody's feet dragging along the ground as if they're being pulled or taken away.
Go ahead and do a investigative.
Oh, buoy. 8.
Wow, we suck today.
You don't you don't notice anything. You do see like what appears by the width to be parts. You see a lot of horse tracks.
All right, a lot of what? Oh, horse tracks. Got it.
And then
Probably some
I mean,
shit,
of course,
too.
and some foot tracks, but you don't see anything that would resemble something of dragging.
I think this is Larry's way of telling us to move on.
He's been trying to do that for the
It's
past
the
hour
teacup
and a
thing
half.
all over
We
again.
kidnapped our friend. We want to find him.
I think
Yeah.
we'll eventually find them either dead or alive. We'll figure it out.
Oh no. Okay, there are like 4 different directions coming out of
This is
town.
what's known in the industry as a tangent.
Yeah. Well,
It's not a tangent when you kidnap a NPC we like.
Do we? We didn't even remember who he was at the beginning.
Yeah,
I wasn't
you missed
here.
that part.
He's part of my
Yeah.
backstory.
Cat remembered,
You missed
but
that
she
part.
was
We
still
were
like,
excited.
why does this matter?
It's like,
The
great,
stone
he's
face when he
here.
mentions his name. We're just like,
It's lovely. Good for
Sorry, I
him.
wasn't here to bring my backstory into this a little bit.
Well, the funny thing, you weren't here.
man.
He had me roll to see if I recognize him, and he's like, "It's Bryce." I'm like, "Who? I wasn't here yet."
Bryce.
oh my gosh.
Oh fuck!
Star Lord.
Well,
The dance off.
yeah, I'm not sure where they went. Hey, it's a problem.
There no. Did I happen to see any fresh graves at the grave site before I
No.
went there? No.
That's
Okay.
morbid.
It's
I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired. I think I'm gonna go to bed.
So I think we should.
I don't think we're
probably-
gonna find anything else out tonight.
At least not in the dark.
This seems futile.
Yeah, I suppose maybe we'll have better luck finding tracks in the morning. I'm just worried about, if
I
they
don't
were
know,
kidnapped.
getting murdered.
Yeah.
Well, here's the people. People usually camp with the people that they know, right? So you would think that if he was camping with 2 other people, that he knew them.
I suppose, although from the sound of things, the 2 of them then kidnapped him.
Right, that's the part that doesn't make sense. Is I'm hoping that maybe it was just a misunderstanding of a kerfuffle.
Maybe they were lovers. Come on, let's go.
Maybe there was a lot of grunting.
Maybe
don't
they were covering their
understand.
mouths so that they didn't make too much noise, if you know what I mean.
No,
Sometimes-
A whole
no,
lot
I
of grunting
don't.
Not
going
gonna
on.
lie, I struggle sometimes to follow the moral track of the Exandrians here, but all right.
There isn't one, dear.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, I guess fingers crossed that they're
Oh, no, it
still
is.
alive in the morning.
I'm gonna go back.
Friend Dulac.
Well-
I'm
Everybody's
sure
heading
we
back
can.
to the tavern.
Oh, Mark had
Yes.
something he wanted to say.
Who?
Mark.
Mark.
Who?
I was just stating, if it's very little we can do at this point. We have no clues, we have no evidence, and we have no ability to search out what happened.
That is,
Yep.
that's fair.
That sums it up. Let's go.
Just give up. Well, we know someone got kidnapped, but we don't know what to do next, so
Yeah,
let's
Lenny
just
puts-
head to bed.
Lenny puts a hand on Dewey's arm and says, "We will do what we can to find your friend."
All right. I mean, not just for me. This seems like something to do with the assassin. It seems important, but I guess there's not much searching we can do tonight. So
Greater forces are indicating that this is a futile search.
is that what scared that lady earlier?
Greater
Is that
forces?
what made
No,
her lose
no,
her
that
religion?
was Mark.
Losing my religion.
Okay.
We should probably get back to Callum. Make sure he's
Oh
still
yeah,
here.
that guy.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what did he want?
Speaking of Callum, you all know Brit, right?
Yeah.
well, we met Brit's father, who did not realize she was still alive. And the day after tomorrow, if you all are amenable, we will be heading back with him to the trip away to find his daughter. If
What-
you all are not amenable, then I will be going in everyone's stead.
Wait, where would we be going?
Back to
Back
the trip
home.
away.
Back to Zadash.
I look at Rathik and go, wait, that they're going to the place that had the library. You and I need to go to the library.
Yeah, but we're also in the middle of like a murder investigation where a man probably just got murdered.
Well, we don't have evidence.
Well, if
don't
he's
know
dead,
that
there's
for sure.
nothing we can do about it, right?
And do we know he got
Hey.
murdered?
I mean,
Yeah, I
would
think-
he bring back his victim into a tent in the middle of a field
No,
surrounded by a bunch of soldier people?
No, but the town that he came from, where he is the lawmaster, probably should know.
Right, but we
Like,
still don't have
immediately.
we don't have proof that he's dead.
I mean, it seems
We also don't know where he
it
went.
would be strange for them to. I mean, if they're just trying to kill him, why not just kill him? Why kidnap him to then kill him?
Right.
That.
Rafik, you should invent a device that would allow us to talk to someone in a different city as if we were there. And then we could just, I don't know, call them and...
Kind of
Well,
like
There are
talking
such
stones?
things. There's something called
Something to
sending
that effect.
stones, but
Yeah,
those
sending
are
stones.
stones, that's it.
Those
That's
are
what
really
I'm getting at.
expensive.
No, they're not.
Where is Dave?
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe
Well,
we
yeah,
have
for a
different
rich
ideas
bird
of what
man.
monetary value
Who's
is.
No,
Dave?
it's not money.
What's not money?
me look
Anyway,
into it.
what we know is that there's a man here that you recognize that is a lawman. He has packed up or is no longer here. We know that there are pumpkin seeds here, and there were pumpkin seeds at the site where the assassination attempt was made in that office. That's all we know. It's right now circumstantial evidence. We don't have anything to put it all together, and we don't have a body, and we don't have whereabouts. We don't have anyone who knows what could have happened to him. There's not
It's what
much
my
we can do
brothers
at
would
this
say a
point.
mood point.
Something to that effect, yes.
I believe the
So
phrase
I
is
wish we
moot
had more to
point.
go on, but right now
What's
we
moot?
really don't, and there's not much else we can do this evening.
I look
to
at Rathgar and go,
find out.
and you also know the letter A.
I do, but I don't know what it's in.
Your
Words.
name.
Let's go to sleep.
Really? Oh yeah, I feel like I remember Lenny saying that. I'm tired.
Kalenic
Me
starts
too.
walking back to the inn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk with Clinic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you all make it back to the inn. You're all
How
back to
are
your
we this dysfunctional? My
you're all
God.
back to your own rooms. It's about
I'm gonna bar my
2
door.
3 in the morning.
Oh no!
I'm barring
the
my
alarms
door.
go
And I'm
off.
keeping my. I'm gonna have Mom cover the window.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Mom.
Okay, so we're all good. All right.
Yeah.
Is Callum staying at the inn as well?
Yes, he's there.
Okay.
I was gonna say he's already gone. He's into Zadash now.
Jealous.
No, he's waiting for us
I want to go home.
because he apparently can't travel on his own.
It
We
is
should
now
call from
5:20. So do you want
Zador's
to
dash.
continue, or we call it tonight and continue next time?
I don't know. I'm fine
My
to
butt
continue.
hurts.
Yeah, my sciatica's acting up. And I feel like if we
you
start again,
Old people.
We're gonna
we're
get
gonna keep going for another 2
sidetracked.
hours.
And it's gonna be like the river episode where we're off. It's like an hour after we're supposed to end.
See, Larry, you didn't have to worry at all about getting enough information in
Nope,
this.
you're right. It
Yeah.
I only got halfway through what I had.
Halfway,
was
that's farther
halfway?
than I thought.
Wow.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good for
I,
us.
I honestly, the whole time we're doing this investigation, going, this is not part of the story. This
Nope.
can't be part of the story. I mean, it could
Nope.
be, and I know there's
Yeah.
probably something to it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have introduced the
My
pumpkin
tea
seeds.
came
But
in handy. Thank you.
I mean, I don't know. You kidnapped an NPC that at least one of us remembers.
is he kidnapped though? We don't know that.
Van appeared early, specifically, then vanished mysteriously. To
Yeah.
me, that feels like a
thank
threat worth
people for
pulling. I don't know.
Definitely some significance. But everything we've been doing for the past 2 hours, I'm like, I feel like we've been spinning our wheels.
And with the
that's
small
D&D.
looks that Larry kept giving the camera, I'm like, he's done. This is the a red herring.
Yep.
He's like, can we
Yep.
just
Yep.
move on? Fuck.
That's not a thread that Dewey's gonna want to move on from. Sorry.
I gotta
Yeah,
go
I
back
don't
to
know.
the bathroom. Can we say goodbye now?
Yep.
Oh, bye.
All right.
Too
Hey,
much
thanks
Bill
everybody for
Cosby.
joining
Thanks
us.
for
We'll see you next time.
Hey, good time. All right.